back in the game. This is my time, faster than ever, hungry and I'm going to come back and take what is mine, bigger and better. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Some things are different, but nothing has changed. Still got my number, still got my name. Tell everybody I'm back in the game. Saddle, cut to the chase. I ain't somebody who stays in one place. Ready to go, I'm coming to play. You better know I still got something to say. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. Some things are different, but nothing has changed. Still got my number, still got my name. Tell everybody I'm back in the game. match I couldn't handle. No one else could ever hold a candle. Get ready for a battle, cause you know that I was born for this. I was born for this. Never met a match I couldn't handle. No one else could ever hold a candle. Get ready for a battle, 'cause you know I was born. I tell you I was born for this. Ain't nothing gonna stop me now. I was born for this.
The SIM500 Esports Racing League tonight. It is the third annual hashtag Never Quit 240 benefiting with Burl, the benefit race. Fighting with Burl benefit race. We welcome you to coverage here tonight. Charlotte Motor Speedway. It is the next round of the NC8-1 Call Before You Dig Cup Series. But this is a special race, a special event. Memorial Day on the horizon. This is a special event. John will have a lot more details on that. As a matter of fact, we're ready to get it started. I'm Wesley Outland. John Mustian Jr. is alongside, of course, Rocket Media and Live Sim Racing. In the production chair is Mr. Charles Wooten. John, why is this race, and the SIM500 is a fun series, but why is this race so special compared to all the other events, you think?
Well, the race is for Ed Burrell. Ed's been fighting cancer for years now. He went into remission for a while, but it has resurfaced over the last few months, and his condition has deteriorated quite a bit. So they're trying to get some money up for Ed for his medical treatments and stuff like that. He was a plank owner here in the SIM500 group with Joey. He's one of these guys that's been around forever. Really great guy. We've had him up in the booth a couple of times, talking to him a few weeks ago. When Jonathan Adams, I believe it was driving his car for him. I think Jonathan might be here tonight. I haven't checked the scoreboard yet to see if he's in yet or not. But this race is all about Ed, man. And, you know, just it's part of this community. It's what this community is all about. You know this, Wesley, for a while. The sim racing community is kind of like a big old family, you know. And sometimes, yeah, you want to smack your cousin around a little bit, but it's always fun to play around with him too, you know.
It certainly is, man. It's going to be a fun time tonight. Let's take a look at the analysis here tonight for this race. SIM500 tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Bottom left of the monitor. It'll pop. Oh, correction, we don't have it. So, anyhow, we've got weather conditions. So let's look at the bottom right and look at your weather. 77 air temp, max speed at 2 miles an hour, track temp at 88. Going to be nice and comfortable tonight for these guys, by the way. And here tonight at Charlotte, again, it's 160 laps. It's going to be a pretty interesting race. 240 miles, 160 laps of distance around Charlotte tonight here. And remember, John, if you remember the new format, top 40 lock in on qualifying. Everybody else, if there is, we take 3 spots from a last chance race, and that's how the field locks in.
Yes, sir. That's the way they're going to do it tonight too. And I got some race facts for you there, Wesley. You ready?
Go ahead, buddy.
All right, so you know me, I like to jump behind the wheel with these guys and do some practice with them and everything. And so I've got some notes here. I've talked to a few drivers, and we've all compared notes. We're looking at about 60 to 65 laps on fuel. Tire wear might come into be an issue here because this is a bit of a longer race than normal. So Joey has given these guys an extra set of tires in the pit, so they're going to have 4 tires, 4 sets, plus the one they start the race with. So we're looking at, 160 laps. A lot of these guys are talking about possibly pitting somewhere between lap 40 and lap 50. If this thing goes green all the way, they're going to want to, what they do is they count backwards from the final lap, or maybe, including a green, white check in case there is one. So, 60 to from 60 to from lap 50 to about lap 100, and then we'll see him pit again somewhere around lap 100 and take it all the way to the green. And I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of cautions tonight, even though what we've seen in practice is kind of typical. These guys push the limits in practice to see how hard they can push the car. I think we're going to see a pretty clean race, man.
Question is, the big question, can anybody stop Daniel Falkingham at Charlotte tonight?
Man, he's looking strong. I'm going to be honest with you. But I will tell you this. He did not win last night's Xfinity race here at Charlotte. That was won by Pedro Mojica. And Pedro did it in winning style, man. He passed Daniel. He kind of dominated the race last night. Let's be honest about it. Daniel was up front for a little while, but Pedro was fast last night. And I think he's going to be here tonight, too.
We'll step away. Qualifying is about to conclude. It's coming up. Then we go racing at Charlotte. We're ready to go. SIM500, iRacing on LSRTV from Charlotte.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outland, and for the second year in a row, the Community Radio Network is excited to also be the voice of iRacing on LSRTV every Monday and Thursday night with the Northwest Racing Series for Cup and Truck. Join yours truly, Justin Prince and Samuel Dyer, every week as they race towards a championship. We're also on the radio in the Triangle in the Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina area at 87.5 WCRN and anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. Click play. Check out the coverage, the power of radio to the imagination of the listener, esports style. We are the Community Radio Network, the voice of iRacing on LSR TV. Check it out when you can, and replays are always up too. Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outland up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway. Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel, ask their questions, get interactive with us with comments and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week.
Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway. The SIM500 NCAA call before you dig Cup Series. We're about 3 minutes away from dropping the green flag to get this started. John, looking at the point standings, man, this is as you said, this is a special event, the special benefit race. But in addition to that, we look at the point standings, obviously, as we move into, let's see here, what is it, race number 11, I think it is. Just looking at my, come on. It's race 11. Not my apologies, actually, my bad. It's race 14 or 15 of the year, if you count the All-Star, the non-qualifier races, if you will. This is technically round 13 of the season. But anyhow, John, I digress and I move into my point. Falkingham, though he's been dominant, 5 poles, 4 wins, Byron Daly has hung with him. Byron Daly is not here tonight because of real NASCAR obligations. This is going to give a great opportunity for Kevin DeBrown, Chad Coleman, Bristol Dirt winner Bentley Glazier, Tommy Ryan, and even Jose Gonzalez and more, a chance to try to climb the ladder to get some points on Falkingham and bypass Daly.
Well, looking at the math, if my math is correct, right now as the point stands, Kevin DeBrown sits there in third, about 44 points behind Byron Daly. So even with Byron completely missing tonight's race, he won't overtake him, but he will close that gap substantially. I mean, we're talking probably, if Kevin does as good as he's been doing, finishes a good top 5 somewhere, he'll be within 5 to 10 points of Byron Daly at the end of tonight. But that being said, when Byron does come back, he is usually a front runner. very close to winning a couple of times here, so we're going to keep our eyes on him. Matter of fact, if I had to guess, I'd say that our final four, when it gets down to it at the end of the season, is going to be Falkingham and Daly for sure. And I'm calling it now. I'm calling Coleman and Tommy Ryan. We are final four. But that's, just hearsay.
Now, I say take out Ryan and put Kevin DeBrown in that mix, in my opinion. So, Macklin on the speedway now, Daytona Cup winner. Number 30 Toyota Trans-Service entry working his way around the racetrack and qualifying. By the way, I'll let everybody know we are having internet issues due to storms in the area. Not only in my location in North Carolina, the weather has sucked all day. It has been the same also for Charles Wooten in Texas. So, and by the way, here comes the January 31st, 39 Chevrolet. It's Falkingham time in Charlotte here, John.
Oh, wow. That's not a bad first lap. That is not a bad first lap at all. It's going to put him right up in there, in the top 25 at the moment, 30.3. It's the second lap that we got to keep our eye on. Trey Edson put down a fast lap of 30.01 with Tyler Dalton right now 1/100th behind him in 30.02. And here we come with Falkingham right here. Let's see what he gets.
To the stripe. Will he climb?
He takes the pole,
and
30
he
flat.
Will. Look at that, 30.00, 30.00, and the new fast time. He was mid-pack on lap number 1, John Muschin, and now he puts it right there on the pole, 29.999 seconds.
Right as time ran out, too. I mean, you could not cut it any closer right there.
And
wow.
People are like, damn him.
Right? I mean, Edson's probably up there like, that son of a...
29.999 seconds. And now, and John, I don't think we're going to have a last chance race. Who we have is who we have. They're going to get a 1-minute warm-up, and Falkingham's taking advantage of this as well. You got 30 seconds. What are you doing right now as you're on the racetrack for this?
Found out last night what they're doing. They're going up on track as soon as they can, get up as much speed as they can, and practice a hot pit entry.
Hot pit entry, so that's what they're working on. Seeing what it's like to see how far they can get up on speed and on the binders to come to the pit lane, basically.
Yep, right here, look. Oh,
whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you got a penalty there. Unofficially, Falkingham, you got a penalty. If you do that in the race, you got a penalty coming.
Yeah, I followed him out of the pits last night after we qualified for the Xfinity race just to see where he was going. That's exactly what he did last night, too. I got in okay. I didn't get a penalty. It was close, but I got in okay. But
look at these guys squilling tires. Yes, sir. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for this special event, this special race here tonight. The third annual #Never Quit 240 Fighting with Burrow benefit race tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's 240 miles. It's 160 laps, and they are gridding. Let's give you your starting lineup here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And remember, the Coca-Cola 600 is this Sunday night for the NASCAR Cup Series at America's Home for Racing. Daniel Falkingham is going to be the man on the pole again, ready to try to win again, trying to go for 4 wins in a row again. He is in the 39 to the outside, Trey Edson to the 7. Row 2 is going to be former winner of the pole for here, Tyler Dalton in the 19, Jimmy Coleman in the TRD 54 Punisher. Row number 3, David Comstock in the 13, Munster Energy Machine to the outside, Trans-Service Toyota Brian Macklin. Row 4 will find Eric Arnold in the number 31, Kevin DeBrown on the outside of the 93. And to round out your top 10, Bobby Wetzel in the 9, Tommy Ryan in 99 here at Charlotte. Bentley Glazer will start in the inside of row number 6 in the 18 to the outside. Justin Fuller in 51. Row number 7, we'll find Nelson Rivera in the 22. Charles Woods in the 40. Row number 8, we'll find Elliott Henderson in 37. Scott Simley in the 12. Rounding out row number 9, Joey Jatina in the 14 from Alabama. Justin Mons in 49. And the top 20 will be Mike Montesi in the 6. Chad Coleman in 38. And now the rest of the field with John.
Sorry about that. I forgot to push the button. Stoney Benfield in that 75 NC811 car. Inside row 11, Scott Sinsel, his outside in the 42 car. Inside row 12, Doyle Woods in the 28 car. His outside, Jose Funky Cole Medina in the 24 car. Inside row 13, Jeff Ryan in the 3 car. To his outside in the 15, Paul Crumrod. Inside row 14, Richard Beasley. To his outside, the guy driving the 21 car for Ed Burrell tonight, John Adams, in a special paint scheme that we brought up for him for that car for Ed Burrell. Inside row 15, Jose Gonzalez in the 26 car. To his outside, Doug Roth in the STP 43. John Fowler comes in inside row 16 in the 48 car. To his outside, Anthony M. Calantoni. Inside row 17, Jay Randall Watkins in the 27 car. Josh Parker to his outside in the 81. Inside row 18, Kevin England in the 127. Ron Holyfield in the 1. And that's it, folks.
The benefit race, third time here at Charlotte, ready to go. 160 laps. They're taking it all the way to the flag stand. Green flag goes in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a virtual race for green at America's Home for Racing, and side by side, Falkingham, Edson, door to door off turn 2.
Edson, he got a fantastic start right there when the green flag dropped, and he is really giving Falkingham a fight for his money on that outside right there. That outside line is going to come in pretty quick in this race tonight. We saw that last night in the Xfinity race.
Working off turn 4, Edson up on the outside lane, Falkingham on the bottom, and lap 1 will go to Edson. Working 2 by 2, side by side now. The leader is Dalton, falls back to third. He's sweating patiently in the crosshairs, along with Comstock and Arnold. That works onto the back straightaway. They're side by side, though, as they work into turn number 3, and they're already, John, closing in on lap car.
That's a lap car. I think he started from the pits. Not real sure about that. But I'll tell you what Trey is doing right here is, one, he's really giving Falkingham fits, because Falkingham can't let his car drift up at all like you want to come off turn. So he's going to take the lead right there. And 2, that was causing Falkingham to maybe use those tires up a little quicker than he wanted to.
We are having internet issues in our locations of the broadcast. We'll do our diligent best to bring this coverage to you as best as we can. We can't help the weather and the storms, and they suck in the Carolinas and in Texas right now. 3 of 160. Edson is the man that's out in front. Falkingham, though, looking inside and outside as they go to turn 1. And you're on board with third place car, Tyler Dalton.
On board with Tyler Dalton, as you watch the guys up front kind of settle into a single groove right here. And I'll tell you what, I was looking at Ron Holyfield. That's the 1 car that's right up ahead of Trey Edson here, that lap car. He did start from the pit, so he's not damaged, so he should be able to hopefully stay out in front of these leaders and stay on the lead lap. In the meantime, back in the field, we've got some shuffling going on. We got Macklin there, the transfers. We got DeBrown trying to make a move on Jimmy Coleman in that 54 car there, Wesley.
Look at this gaggle of traffic as they go to turn 1,
out.
and the caution will fly as well, as we got problems in the 43 car, Roth's car. Yellow flag, first time in the race. We'll find out what happened to the STP colors of the 43 of Doug Roth here at Charlotte. 5 laps in. Well.
It didn't take very long. I really didn't think it happened that fast.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outlet up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speed.
Having some technical issues again because of weather, people. Sorry about that. Let's watch the replay here of what happened. Roth in 43. Calantoni in front of him.
That's Benfield on the outside of the 75 car.
I'll say, where do we go wrong from here, John? Oh, well, it looks like there was a car already down below in front of him. Oh, wow. Was that Simley? Scott Simley's car? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he spun a little bit, it looks like, off some momentum, but look right here, boom.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with what just happened there, though.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That Watkins that came flying in there at the last second. Jeff Ryan got a piece of that, too. That was Jay Randall Watkins in the 27 car. That came in.
Watkins just literally just onside in the middle of the car there of 75. That was 75 of Stoney Benfield. I think Randall Watkins was involved. Ryan was involved. Benfield was caught up in it. And, of course, Doug Roth. A multi-car accident here at Charlotte coming off of the tri-oval, or off the dog leg entering turn 4. Alpha turn 4.
Yeah, and Benfield and Watkins have both retired from the race. So right off the bat, attrition taking place there, Wesley. We got 2 drivers out of the 36, I think 38 we started with. Out of the 38 are gone already due to incidents.
Yeah, we started with 38 cars, and again, not the way you want to come out of the gate here. But I will tell you, though, Trey Edson trying to hang with Falkenham here in the early going.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've seen Trey over the last few weeks really come on strong. Hasn't quite pulled the victory out yet, but I mean, if anybody can beat Falkenham, I gotta say, Edson's definitely a shot at it.
So Trey Edson is currently the leader. Falkenham in second. Correction, third is Tyler Dalton. David Comstock is fourth. Eric Arnold, the top 5. Jimmy Coleman, Kevin DeBrown, Brian Macklin, Justin Fuller, Bobby Witzel currently your top 10 as it stands right now. Still a long way to go in this race. Hey, John, if there is anybody that's watching this broadcast and they want to help make a donation towards this event, this race, this benefit race for Mr. Ed Burrell, how can they help?
Hey, what, you give me about 10, 15 laps and I'll get that information for you. I don't have it right in front of me.
All right, bud, not a problem. Well, I know it was kind of out there at the last second. So if there's anybody that might be watching the broadcast that might make a donation to help out with the family and for this benefit iRace, definitely just we'll let you know here. As lights are off on the pace car, the personal comfort number 7 Chevrolet, Mr. Trey Edson. Going to lead them back to the green flag with Falkenham on the outside. Dalton and Comstock, row 2. Keep now that 31 Arnold and Coleman, the top 6 in row number 3. And I will say this, John, as we get ready to come to green, Trey Edson, he's due. This series owes him one.
Absolutely. I was just looking at the stats. Out of the 11 weeks of points counted for this series so far, he's got some pretty good stats. But like I said, mainly he's been showing up extra great in these last 2 to 3 races. He's been really strong, really close to the front. Just had some bad luck here and there. Just didn't quite come through with the win. But I'm telling you what, I think he's going to be our breakthrough winner either tonight, possibly tonight, or maybe in the next couple of weeks, we'll see him take his first win for the season.
Yeah, he's been right there within the crosshairs of trying to win these races, no doubt about it. And at the end, getting caught up in an accident. Or Falkenham just bypassing him. Tonight, he's hanging with Falkenham. We're back to green flag. Racing rolling on here.
I tell you what, Edson's been getting some really great restarts. He started this race on the outside pole, Wesley, but was able to wrestle the lead away from Falkenham. I'm just being interested to see how his tire wear is after all that hard driving, and now we got another restart here. He jumps out front again. Got that clean air on the nose. He loves the clean air, I'm sure.
Yeah, working their way through the travel, down into, or the double dog leg back to turn 1. As Dalton settles in there, little 93 DeBrown trying to hold off Coleman, and Macklin coming after him. That goes on for 6th, 7th, and 8th behind Dalton's car in 6th or 5th, and we're working now 10 laps completed this time by. Here is Charlotte. Gotta love it. Love this track. Love this place. Hey, and by the way, John, something we didn't even hit on here, just like the transition from, day to nightfall in the real 600 this Sunday at Charlotte. The same thing will happen here tonight.
Yes, sir.
As this race progresses, the lights will illuminate the light poles around the speedway, and this race will finish under the darkness.
Under the lights here at Charlotte is a fantastic way to finish a race. It's one of my favorite tracks as far as night racing goes. I don't know, man. There's just something about watching these cars, go themselves through these turns at night. Very reminiscent of how I grew up watching my daddy race stock cars at night on dirt tracks up in North Louisiana.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Definitely. I mean, the transition from day into night, and that's also something we'll keep an eye on as well, is the transitions of the race, the complexion of the race, the handling of the cars, everything that you see take shape here down the stretch will be all because of this also transition into day, into night for the way the race outcome will be. For right now, in the daytime, it's Edson leading. Falkenham second. They're 1 and 2. They're up ahead. as you're on board there behind the man of Macklin. That's Fuller in 51. You're on board with that car. They sell it off into turn number 3.
Looks like Falkingham's pulled Edson back just a little bit there, made some ground up on him. Meantime, got a great side-by-side fight for third place here between Comstock and Eddie Arnold. Eric Arnold, excuse me. Eddie Arnold, not the actor, the racer. There's probably nobody in our audience that gets that reference except maybe me.
Eddie Murphy?
No, Eddie Arnold, man.
I never heard of Eddie Arnold. Sorry.
Yeah, he's old actor. That's okay, though. That's not who we're even talking about. We're talking about Eric Arnold in that 31 car. That NC, is he NC 811 or is he just 811? It's hard to tell from here.
He's, I believe he's the 811 Virginia 81. No, he's North Carolina 811.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, NC 811. Yes,
NC 811. Yes, sir. So,
we've had NC 811. We've had Virginia. We've had other states being represented.
South Carolina.
Yeah, 811 call before you dig. They're all over the country.
They really are. It's a great service. In case you folks aren't familiar with it, if you're getting ready to put in a swimming pool or run some new lines in the backyard, anything you need to do, you need to call these folks before you dig. Find out if they can help you out with locating the existing lines, sewage lines, power lines, stuff like that are in your backyard, in your front yard, along the side of your house somewhere. It's great because it's going to do a couple of things. It's going to keep you from busting possibly a sewage line at you, which is
Keep
nasty.
you from getting in jail.
Or going to jail.
They're
or
paying a bunch of
yourself.
money in fines.
That's it,
right.
So NC811, 811.org, I believe, is it?
Yes, NC811.org. 811. Yeah, call before
And it's not,
you dig.
it's just not East Coast either. It's all over the country, like Wesley said a moment ago. So,
Hey, and by the way, John, I want to give big props to our bud, man, Mr. Brian Morehouse. I know him from NASCAR as a NASCAR official, and he's also a big part of having NC811 call before you dig sponsor the SIM500 Cup Series and be on LSRTV. He got married over the weekend.
well, congratulations, Brian.
Yes, he took that leap of new life, if you will, and him and a longtime girlfriend got married and tied the knot. And I just want to send a big congratulations to him from everybody from your family and iRacing on LSRTV and the SIM500 series. So, yeah, I think he's on honeymoon right now.
He should be. Well, while we're on the topic, today is my 8th anniversary.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, my wife and I have been married 8 years. We were together 14 years this year. So
Definitely got to keep things
babe.
spicy, right?
Hey, now. I'm not going to tell you what I got in the mail today.
Fire remorse.
All right, then. We're back to the race right here. Edson's still out there with barely a 10th lead. If we can zoom in on the 21 car, Charles, if you don't mind, I want to show this guy off real quick. The 21 car driven by John Adams. That's Ed Burrell's normal ride, the normal number he drives, the 21. Big Woods fan.
21, the 21 car. He is currently
18th.
in 18th.
That's fine. That's good. We just want to show that car off because that's Ed's ride normally. John was kind enough to step in and drive for Ed while he is hopefully recovering from his cancer treatments. And we just wanted to give that some airtime because Ed, we're thinking about you, buddy. We're hoping you're able to watch this at least and enjoy the race and maybe rooting for your buddy there, John Adams, to have a really good night tonight. John right now has all the fenders on the car, Wesley, and that's all that matters right now, right?
Yeah, got a lot of people watching right now. Thanks to Frog Alley Racing. They say y'all are the best. You have no idea how this boosts my spirits, and I'm thinking he's part of the Ed Burrell Racing team. Am I right there, John?
I think that is Ed.
That is Ed. I think it's Ed. Yes.
Wesley, is there a way to mute him?
No, you can't. You can't mute.
Can't mute our producer, right? That's a bad idea.
Edson is the man leading.
Barely though. Falkingham is.
Yeah, he's coming.
He's reeled him in. Now we're going to see what he can do with him. That's the thing about Charlotte Motor Speedway, especially the bumps on this track. This car does not like the bumps. So if you come out of that corner the wrong way, go into a corner at the wrong attitude, your car is not going to like you, and it's going to make you understand that in a harsh way. So getting to Edson's back bumper is one thing. Getting around Edson is going to be a completely different story.
Falkingham, Edson side by side at the stripe. Back to turn number 1. This is for the lead.
And you see where Edson's line is. You see that seam that he's riding right there? That's one of the fastest ways around this track. That seam helps that car turn left and keep the momentum up as you go through the corner.
This race, 240 miles, 160 laps. Here tonight at Charlotte, so lap number 80 will be halfway. We're closing in on 25 laps of this event.
Now, we touched on this pre-race, I think, maybe, I don't know. We're looking at about 60 to 65 laps on field, but I talked to a lot of guys. That they some of these guys were thinking about not really short pitting, but coming in between lap 40 and 50, which means they didn't be able to do 2 more stops for the rest of the race. So I'd be interested to watch. We're here at lap 24 now, coming to lap 25 with across the line. That's about 15, 20 laps away from possible green flag pit stops. What do you think? You think we'll see that there, Wesley? Like, what would you do? Would you make that gamble?
If we get another caution, I would say if we get another caution, John, around 45 to 50, I think we'll see them come in the pits. Yes, I do. Unless they're able to stretch it out to, you know, close to halfway and around 65 laps. Then I think we'll see green flag pit stops. But if we get a caution within the next 25 laps, if we get a caution around lap 50, I think we're going to see some leaders pull in.
Absolutely. Now, what we saw right there was Falkingham. He got a great run on the bottom through 3 and 4 right there, which enabled him to carry that momentum through the double dog leg. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to clear Trey, and as you see, Edson on that high side with the advantage. In the meantime, they're approaching Ryan real fast. Oh, my gosh. I think Falkingham thought of using Ryan as a pick there, but Edson said, no, sir, that's not going to happen.
And remember, there is no fast repairs on this series. You tear your car up, you have what you have for the remainder. And there you see the remnants of what was left on that lap 4 crash there with Ryan in the number 3 car. Yeah,
Ryan, an unfortunate victim in that. Wasn't really his doing, but he didn't have anywhere to go by the time he got there. The track was just, stock full of race cars sitting in the way. So he's just going to have to drive around for the next 133 laps and maybe get the repairs finished up as the cautions come. We'll see how it goes. But right now, Edson and Falkingham, your leaders, folks, 1 and 2. They stepped out to a 1.2 second lead over Comstock back there in that 13 Monster Energy car there, wasn't it?
And by the way, a quick reminder, after tonight's Burrell benefit race here, Fighting 240, we will take off for the series next week in observance of Memorial Day. Thank you to all of our men and women who have fought for our country that have perished, and those that continue to serve to allow us to have those freedoms to do what we love. Then we come back on June the 6th, Worldwide Technology Raceway, Iowa, Nashville, all on the way, leading up to another couple of weeks off for 4th of July. Then it's Atlanta. All of that is on the way for the SIM500 series as we move out of Memorial Day, go into 4th of July, and in the dead of summer there, John, things are going to get spicy.
Spicy and hot. It gets so hot down here in the summertime, hot and humid. But I tell you what, I'm really digging this fight between Edson and Falkingham. This shows you right here why Falkingham's points leader. He doesn't want to be second. He wants to be in the lead. He wants to lead this race, and he is giving Edson all kinds of fight right now, coming down through 1 and 2.
Yeah, you can literally see, like, Edson's on the attack, and he's just like, dude, come on, man. We're 30 laps into this race. Be my friend. Let me stay out in front. Lead some laps. No. So Falkingham wants it all, and he wants it now, in the words of the song by Queen, if you will.
That's right.
I mean, he's trying to he's trying to dominate everything you can. And I will say this, and I know we've made the cliche comments the last, month, put a bounty on him. Somebody's got to be able to try to beat this guy. The only person I see right now that's giving him a fit is going to be Trey Edson in the 7 right now here at 30 laps in.
Well, as you say that, I am looking at the 51 car in 3rd place, Justin Fuller. He's up 9 spots from his starting spot of 12th. He's in 3rd right now, and he's using the outside line to make up all his room. Now, Justin is a familiar name to this series, but he has not been a part of this series until tonight. I believe this is his first race is tonight. He's been with SIM500 for quite a few years, making his return, really not debut, but return to the SIM500 Cup Series here, the NC 811 Cup. Oh, we got a spin between the leaders. The leaders are wrecking each other.
Below the apron. Falkenham, Edson run each other up the track.
Wow.
Wow. But we just caught a glimpse of it there.
It looks like they both got away with it, Wesley. It looks to me like they both don't have any damage. That's good, but I cannot believe that.
There is no caution.
Wow.
Maybe we can find a replay of this here. Look
Here
at
it comes.
this. Watch this. Ask and you shall receive. Watch them. They're side by side. I know you were talking up Fuller in his return. All of a sudden, I saw smoke and I saw a car go below the gate. Look at the, whoa! Wow. Falkenham lifted, John. Falkenham lifted. He could have turned Edson around and he didn't do that. They lifted and backed off.
I'm just wondering if maybe Edson's spotter didn't say anything about him being down there, maybe? I don't know. But you talk about lucky. Did you see how close they both came to hit the end of that safety barrier? You
Great
talk
piece
about
of driving.
your night in a hurry.
Great piece of driving. That's all I got
Oh,
to say.
absolutely, man. You're hitting that spot right there at about 170.
That would have been somebody else. They would have been wrecked.
Oh yeah, and in front of the field, that'd have been a huge wreck.
Sure. That would have been either hard into the safer wall barrier down on the inside of the racetrack, or they would have came back up the banking and collected numerous innocent bystanders. But I'm looking at here again, and I'm just, wow, to the dismay. I know they lost some positions, but you still got plenty of time. Reset, go again. I'm wondering if I'm wondering, like what you said, John, did Trey come down on the 39 and the spotter didn't tell him 39 was on the inside, and there was a hiccup, and then finally, when he finally realized it, Falkenham's like, I'm not going to turn him, I'm just going to back away and let him correct it, because he could have just plowed right through him, and he didn't.
You're right. He could have driven right through him right there, but man, that was just insane. I'll try and maybe get a word if we have another caution with Edson and Falkenham, if that's cool. I'll jump down and try and talk to them, see what their take on that was. But that could have been so much worse, Wesley. That's just
yeah, definitely. Let me know, man, for sure. Well, we're 37 of 160 laps into this race. We just had that crazy moment happen. And all the while, this race continues here.
Well, that gave Fuller the lead. Usually
did.
when I talk about somebody, they get in a wreck.
Usually it's the dreaded announcer jinx and this go around when as soon as we were talking about him, you know, excuse me, coming through, I'm back in the saddle again. And you said he ain't raced in the wall with a series, and what a comeback if he wins.
Oh, right? I mean, that's insane. That's the whole reason I brought it up is that, I mean, if anybody in this group right now, I mean, let's be honest. Most of these guys do have the chance to beat Falkenham, but week in and week out, he's just overcome pretty much everybody's effort to do that. But if anybody here can really do it, it's Fuller. Fuller was and look, I'm not going to shade this any other way. He and I don't get along at all. It just, long story. But anyway, I'll give him credit. The kid can drive, he can wheel. If anybody here can take Falkenham's crown as a dominant racer in these races, it's going to be Justin Fuller.
Hey, do you think that maybe he might have been what you call the bounty to try to come in here and try to pull this upset?
You know what? I never thought about that.
Knock Falkenham off the throne.
That's a really good question, my friend. I never thought of it like that. But hey, guess what? Falkenham and Edson are now nose to tail on the track again. 7th and 8th, respectively.
Yeah, and while that goes on there, you see Macklin and there in Comstock. Now you go back to Edson and Falkenham. And I don't think there's going to be any bumping or banging or anything like that. I mean, they're just kind of riding it out right now. You see more of the shadows on the racetrack because, you know, we're closing in on nightfall. It's not officially nighttime yet.
No, we got sunset going on right now, but if I recall correctly, this thing is at a 1x time multiplier, which means time actually moves about as fast as it would in real life. So you see how low the sun's getting already? We're going to have sunset here about 15, 20 minutes, or sundown, I should say. And that's when these cars will really start to shine. So
Yeah, isn't it, John, isn't it like the clock is always like constantly winding second after second after second after second, so it's quickly going to hour after hour fast?
yeah, you can do that. You can set it for all kinds of time multipliers. A lot of guys do it 2x just to make the time go from day to night quicker. Look at this right here. We got 81 car putting his nose in this fight right now. Josh Parker. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this server was set at 1x, which means that the time just moves at the same pace as it would in real life. A 1-to-1 ratio, if you will.
Yeah, so I'm thinking probably by lap 80, the lights are going to come on.
Yes, sir. That's
Trouble! Exit.
This time, they don't dodge the wall.
They don't back off. Look at this. Wow. Do you think there's a little frustration there between the two, John?
If there wasn't, there is now. Because this time, they both have some damage from the wall. I don't think Edson got it too hard, but Falkingham clobbered it. Here we go with the replay, folks.
Watch the replay side by side down in the off the dog leg in turn 1 and 2. Look at them.
It was almost the same spot, Wesley. Almost the same exact spot.
What's the deal here?
You know what that is? You know what that reminds me of? Kurt Busch and Jimmy Johnson, Pocono.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
You remember that one, huh?
Or maybe Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch here in Charlotte in the All-Star race.
Yep. I mean,
Except it's on the other side of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah. I'm not real sure what happened there. I'm not able to hear the chat in the server, but there was some things said. I was saying that. I saw chat lighten up. So, So all that did right there, folks, was that moves Edson back to 7th. Falkingham is all the way back at 21st and losing ground still. He hit that wall a ton, Wesley. He's going to have to get some repairs made in order to stay competitive.
Back straightaway, Fuller leader, Arnold outside, Macklin Daytona winner. To the bottom, Comstock and Brown in the top 5 now as they'll work off of turn number 4 through the Toyota restart zone, back to start finish. Charlotte this weekend, Coca-Cola 600.
A long race, man.
Yes,
it's a long time to be in a race car.
600 miles, 400 grueling laps around America's home for racing. Sunday, Fox and PRN will have it. And how about the Indy 500? John, did you see that? 230.
My goodness, I saw your post. I saw your message chat post, and I was like, he can't, that's got to be a typo. I went and Googled it. Man, that boy was hauling the mail.
My jaw dropped when I seen what the Sheriff Scott Dixon did. And that's why they call him the Iceman. And I'm telling you, the fastest, I was told by Dave Calabro this morning, fastest field in Indy 500 history. They're separated by 231 miles an hour to 243.
Oh my goodness. Man, I can't picture putting myself in a rocket, a plastic rocket like that. You know, I mean, I know that IndyCar has a safe
rocket, you mean?
You know, man, I know they have safe race cars. I get that, but still, my goodness, I have all the respect in the world for people who race those things. You're just not going to see me in it. Besides, I'm a big dude. I don't think they make one big enough for me, do they? It's not one size fits all, is it?
I can totally see John Mushton.
Oh, you stop that.
For the Indy 500, big man, qualified, got the little spicy lightning bolt on the front of the car. Not the lightning bolt, my apologies. The
jalapeno. Chili pepper. My chili pepper.
Yeah.
My Tabasco
Spicy.
pepper. Edson's falling back. He's got some pretty substantial damage on his left.
Hey, by the way, John, we've got a special, and this is the only reason I thought of the 600 and the Indy 500, but man, we've got a special finish line motorsports show coming up this Wednesday, dude. It is all about the greatest spectacle in racing, the 106th Indianapolis 500-mile race and the 66th running of the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway this Sunday. Listen to who I've got lined up, bud.
Good sauce, by the way.
Mark James, the radio voice of the Indianapolis 500, longtime friend. He is going to be joining us on first, and he's going to talk about the Indy 500 on the radio side of things. Then we've got Dave Calabro and Alan Bestwick, who are just,
No.
I mean, you think of the name Alan Bestwick, man, and that's a guy that you know from NASCAR.
Yeah.
He also does Indianapolis now, and he also does SRX on CBS, the Superstar Racing Experience. We are going to have them on for 1 solid hour to talk about the history, the hype, the excitement that is the greatest open wheel race in the world, the Indianapolis 500-mile race. Then we go into hour number 2 of Finish Line, and that is going to be taking place right here at the virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway where we are tonight, but they are getting ready for the real race on Sunday. He's been on before. Doug Rice of the Performance Racing Network will be on to talk about NASCAR and more for the Coca-Cola 600. And my longtime announcing colleague and friend, Lenny Baticki of Charlotte Motor Speedway, will also be on. So have we got an awesome guest for you? I know they're not drivers, but it's going to be really cool to talk about the 600 and the 500 on Finish Line this Wednesday.
Did we lose Charles?
Anyhow, Fuller is still the leader.
But he's got his hands full with Eric Arnold on the outside in 31 car. Credit him with being the leader right now. And down to the inside for 3 wide for the lead. And a little touch right there going through 3 and 4. You've got the 81 car of Josh Parker. So wow, that put Fuller all the way back to 4th, possibly down to 5th. That little bit of contact lost him some momentum right there. He's going to get freight trained on the inside by all these guys down low. Coleman, Brown, Ryan, the other Coleman. I look to Fuller falling all the way back to possibly 10th or 11th.
Arnold, Parker, Macklin right now, the top 3, Comstock and Fuller. Sorry, I guess the people got an attitude, but Finish Line is, of course, going to be a really good show this Wednesday, and I've worked really hard to make sure to make that happen. So 55 of 160 laps right now as Arnold is the leader.
And they've got lap traffic coming in the form of the wrecked cars. Oh, we got some people off track.
Yeah.
John Adams went off track trying to get into pits, it looked like.
Yeah, we got one in trouble down below the bottom of the racetrack.
Yep, that's John Adams in 21.
Yes, it is. That's the one that's Ed Burrell's benefit car there.
Oh, and he's got some substantial damage to the back end of that car, the right side of that car. Not real sure what happened there with him. And see, it said he was in the pit, so I can't help but wonder if it's going to give him a penalty for... Oh, and now he's spinning out on the backstretch.
Oh, wow.
He's having a bad
he saves
night.
it. He saves it. We're still good.
I think he's just trying to get that thing to pit road down.
There is Glazer's car, the 18 machine. Of course, biggest thing he's had this year, John, was winning Bristol Dirt Race. That's been it, pretty much.
Hey, but he's a winner. I mean, you know. Oh, wow. So, no, Adams got hit in the back end by the 84 car after getting loose. 84 car bounced off him, went off track, and then he went and got hit by Doy Woods. So the 21 car was just being treated like a pinball, got spun down onto pit road. And Doy Woods has left the building, by the way. After that contact, he parked it and alt F4.
Glazier and Calantoni now going there for that spot. Back to turn number 1 and 2. Wetzel also in that mix. Look at DeBrown. DeBrown inside. There's lap cars all around. Well, actually,
now these are guys that just pitted. We've got a bunch of guys that have been in pits. Yeah.
And John, I told you, I had a feeling we were going to see green flag pit stops here before lap 60, and it's happening.
Yeah. Like we said, we thought somewhere between lap 50 and 60, and that's happening now. I mean, Rivera came in on 50, Stencil on 51, DeBrown on 57, Mons came in on 53, Crum right 52. So, yeah, we're seeing green flag pit stops now. So this is going to really jumble things up with guys who have fresh tires, guys who have old tires. Everybody trying to pass the other one. Look like this little bunch we got right here behind Glazier. That's Wet's up there in the 9 car. I think he's trying to get to pit road.
So green flag pit stops ongoing here. We're working lap number 60. Hey, by the way, 100 laps to go. Closing in on 20 laps to halfway. We've had one caution flag as we see now the 10 of Beasley coming onto the pit lane for service.
One caution flag, but doggone if we didn't see the leaders take each other out.
Twice.
Twice, you're right. Twice, yeah.
31 Arnold on the pit lane. Ryan on the pit lane as well. Couple of NC81 call before you dig cars. Calantoni exits. Arnold coming on. Henderson is in. Glazier's in. Woods is in. Green flag pit stops. And this literally just puts cars all over the track map here now at Charlotte.
Yes, it does. I mean, we've got all kinds of pit strategies happening right now because Macklin's still on track. Comstock's out on track. Parker's in now in the 81 car. Fuller's still out there. Jimmy Coleman's still out there. Jose Gonzalez, he pitted on lap 6 with that first caution we had. As did Simley. So it looks like we've got some guys who can try and push it all the way to lap 65, possibly further, Wesley, because, you know, you save a couple of laps of fuel under caution when you clutch in and kill the motor like a lot of these guys do.
Here comes Comstock coming in. He gives up second now. Onto the pit lane. 13 Monster Energy machine in. More green flag pit stops ongoing. Macklin is now the new leader. And John, you can literally see when you peel down on the pit lane and you got to slow down so quickly. Look at how fast Macklin, the leader, just set sail and pulled away from him.
Yes, he did. I was looking at that awesome little graphic that our producer had up on screen there, and I'm wondering if that speed was accurate, because if it wasn't, he should have been getting a penalty for speeding, because pit road speed is only 45 miles an hour.
Well, we'll find out if they hold him in that pit box there.
They didn't, so he got away with it there, it looks like. Maybe it's just not very accurate. It might be because of the internet issues we're having. Oh, I take that. Yeah, no, it's 45 miles
There's
an
the
hour.
caution. We have a caution, though, on the speedway. Yellow flag is out. We got a call. Oh, my it's Falkingham.
Oh, wow.
Falkingham is tore up from the floor up from the front to the back of the 39.
But, hey, the last time he looked like this was Dover. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That didn't hurt him none.
I think he finished 4th.
Let's see what happened here under caution. Oh, internet issues.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Who was that that hit him so late? Ah. That was the 48 car, John Fowler. Yep.
Yeah, Fowler hit him.
Well, that brings out our second caution in the middle of green flag pit stops. This is really going to jumble things up. So if we can, let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll try and figure out who is where and why they're there.
Hey, it's broadcast personality Wesley Outland, and for the second year in a row, the Community Radio Network is excited to also be the voice of iRacing on LSRTV every Monday and Thursday night with the Northwest Racing Series for Cup and Truck. Join yours truly, Justin Prince and Samuel Dyer, every week as they race towards a championship. We're also on the radio in the Triangle in the Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina area at 87.5 WCRN and anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. Click play. Check out the coverage, the power of radio to the imagination of the listener, esports style. We are the Community Radio Network, the voice of iRacing on LSRTV. Check it out when you can, and replays are always up too. It's broadcast personality Wesley Outlet up topside at one of the great racetracks of the world, the Caraway Speedway. And I'd like to remind you to join us every Wednesday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern with coverage of Finish Line, where we talk to everybody from NASCAR to grassroots, like right here at Caraway Speedway. Carolina's Fox Sports Radio affiliates, iHeartRadio, and on the Community Radio Network at 87.5 FM. And remember, thanks to Live Sim Racing Productions, you can actually see the guest panel, ask their questions, get interactive with us with comments, and so much more in our chat box. Finish Line every Wednesday. Join us every week.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
Welcome back to Charlotte. We're closing in on halfway. SIM500 benefit race. John, were we able to get Joey Jatina in the broadcast booth? We're going to get some more information about how our audience of fans can donate to help out for Mr. Ed Burrell, possibly.
We sure did. Joe, you there?
I'm here, man.
Hey, buddy, while we're under caution, we want to talk to you about this benefit for Ed Burrell. We need some information on where folks can go to donate if they want to.
Yeah, there's a link on the website or the Facebook page, SIM500 Esports Racing League, and then we've got a cool thing John Fowler's putting on. It's a race pool. You think it's the top 24 in the Cup Series go into a cap, and each spot's $25. Whoever you get pulled as your driver, you can buy 1 or 2 spots. If your driver does win the race, it's $300 in your pocket. And then also $300 donates toward Ed's cause. So a couple different ways to do it. But when we got me here, definitely the 3rd annual Bryce Whitson race, the Never Quit. Just want to let everybody, we're thinking about Bryce. He's out here with us, and glad we can put this race on again this year and help somebody else out in the cause.
Well, there you go, folks. There you have it. The SIM500 website, Facebook page is in Facebook. Just search SIM500, all one word. There'll be some information on there for you, and we'll see if we can't get a link put up in our chat somewhere on maybe YouTube or something like that. Joey, thanks so much for your time, buddy. Way to keep dodging those wrecks out there. I've been watching you, man.
Well, we didn't dodge that one. Falkenham, we just didn't know he was pitting and stopped right in front of us and killed a good race car. I mean, I drove up from the back to 13th, and man, it's heartbreaking. I had a good car tonight. Should have had another good top 10. That.
We had some internet issues, so we didn't see the beginning of the wreck, but we saw the finale of it, if you will, and we saw that he was demolished. We didn't realize you got to do it, man. Sorry to hear that, buddy.
All good, brother.
All right, buddy.
Yeah,
well, good luck for the rest of the race.
Joey. Yes, sir. Thank you, Joey Jatina. Having some more bad luck there as we work now lap number 69, completed lap 70 when we come to the green flag. And John, as you were talking to Joey about Mr. Ed Burrell and how you can help raise money for him, we saw a whole plethora of race cars just go bypassing past the pace car for the wave around. And, man, now they're all trying to run back down these, 11 cars in the pack as we're back to green flag.
Yeah, and we kind of knew that was going to happen, Wesley, with the way that yellow flag fell kind of towards the back end of green flag pit stop. So you had a bunch of guys, about 10 or 11, like you said, that were barely a lap down to begin with when that flag came out. So, that puts them trying to get all the way around the track, like you said, back to the tail end of the lead lap. And we got another wreck on the backstretch between the 24 car and the 22 car.
Cautions breed cautions.
They do.
That's Rivera's car and the 24 machine as well. Oh my goodness, and that's Jose Medina, I believe it is. Yes,
yes,
and
sir.
Glazer, I think, might have got caught up in it as well. Caution's out, 3rd time, 7 laps or 8 laps away to halfway, and another quickie yellow here.
I see Ed Burrell down in the chat. Charles, do I have your permission to go down and see if he's feeling up to an interview on air?
So Macklin is the man that is leading the way. Brian Macklin, Fuller, Gonzalez, Coleman, Simley. That's the top 5. And another caution just as fast as we got back going again. Yellow flag. 2 cars, Rivera's car and Jose Medina's car. We're going to see if they're coming to the pits. It doesn't look like they are. So this might be hopefully a quick caution. We can try to get back going again here. But mind you, we're still 8 laps away to halfway of this race. New people up in front too also, John.
Yeah, well, I mean, not really new. Macklin's been around for a while. He's just, you know, like you said, he won the Daytona race, but he's been having some bad luck since then. And that's really the case for a lot of these guys that we see up front right now. Just guys, we see Joey Tina going by, getting his car back on the lead lap. Fantastic for him. We just spoke with him about his bad luck tonight. But a lot of these guys just, it seems like, you know, they run up front for a couple races and then wind up getting involved in incidents in the next few races. So we'll see if Macklin can hold on here to this lead for a little while. But, hey, we're only at lap 72. Like you said, Wesley, still a few laps just shy of halfway. He's got a long way to go if he wants to win this race.
So do you think that Edson, Falkingham, they were just they're kind of laying in the weeds now, kind of staying in the back to, you know, get back to the front? Obviously, Falkingham, his car is all, like I said, got all tore up there. But we've seen him with no aerodynamics either before make crazy rallies up to the front.
Yeah, but he's still on pit road right now trying to get some things fixed, I'm sure, to get back in this race. Wesley, if you'll give me a minute, I'll be right back, buddy.
Sure. Well, they work under the tunnel turn to the racetrack off of turn number 4, the pit entrance to the grandstands here at Charlotte, and crossing over the start-finish line to the Toyota restart zone. Macklin is the leader. Are they going to get one to go this time? The lights will still stay on the pace car, so they're going to go another lap or 2 here under caution. Macklin looks like he's just kind of playing with the pace car.
Yeah.
Macklin out in front, Fuller in second. Gonzalez third, Coleman fourth, Scott Simley. Problems earlier, he's back in the top 5. Wow.
Well, you know, all he did was, I was watching his incident earlier we saw, and he sponged a little bit, got a little bit minor damage. He's probably got that fixed by now. We've had enough cautions for it. I tell you what, though, Wesley, I'm kind of flabbergasted. I went back and watched on the replay on my computer that little incident, the second incident between Falkingham and Edson. And I don't know, man. That just looked like a little bit of take when there should have been a little bit more give. You know what I mean?
You're talking about the second time, not the first one.
The second time when they actually got damaged. And
gotcha.
Yeah. Now Falkingham's deal with the pit road incident, unfortunately, like our producer, I'm not able to see it because I had internet connection issues as well when that happened. So I'm like y'all, I didn't see the beginning of that accident where he got into trouble with Joey there. All we saw was the back end of that where he was already wrecked.
And my question is this, could that had something to do with his car, or was that on the broadcast itself? Because we are dealing with a lot of weather-related issues right now.
I mean, you got to remember, we're all connecting to a single server up in Massachusetts somewhere, so it could be on both ends right now, to be honest with you.
The lights will go off on the pace car this time by. We'll try to settle back in for the restart. Well, John, what's your first take of the race, man? The first half of this race so far coming up on halfway.
Crazier than I thought it would be, man, to be completely honest with you.
Well, my thing is then we had the caution in the first opening 5 laps. Then we had a nice, close to 55, 60-lap green flag run before the caution came out. Then we've had 2 straight cautions in a row because the cliche, cautions breed cautions are real. Got some new contenders up here in the front. Fuller looking good. Macklin looking to try to get his second win of the year after winning the first race of the season at Daytona. And we'll try to... Gonzalez, man, that's another name, John. Jose Gonzalez. Got a pretty good shot of being in there on the podium, too. He's in 3rd right now.
Yes, sir. Nanson's up in 11th, and his car doesn't look that bad. So as long as his engine's full power, he might be able to get back up in here and fight for the lead as well. But, I mean, you've also got Jimmy Coleman up there in the 54 car. Here's a name we don't talk about often. Like you said, Kevin England.
Kevin England.
I mean, wow. He's up in the 5th spot right now. Fresh tires and everything. All he has to do is keep his nose clean. I know he's got the skill to drive up there with these guys. I've raced against Kevin so many times over the last 10 years. So here we go. Green flag, man. Macklin off to a nice start.
Back underway here as Charlotte closing in on halfway, and look at Macklin just pulling away. 2 car lengths on Fuller. Half a car length on Fuller is Gonzalez. Top 5, top 6, single file, conga line off 2.
3 wide back there for 10th, 11th, and 12th. That was between DeBrown and Sigmund and Trey Edson and Doug Sigmund in the 04 car. There's another name we don't normally throw out there. Oh, Fuller's spinning. Fuller's spinning.
Oh, hold on to it, Fuller in the grass. Does he save it? I think he does, John. I think he does. But
here's the thing.
To the outhouse. Oh, my goodness.
Here's the thing. That ride is going to put some damage on the bottom of that car. How much remains to be seen, but the bottom of that car is a solid object. It's a solid flat piece, the diffuser. And you do get damage driving through the grass when you hit that concrete road down there, that access road, and then the little oval that's used for the Legends racing.
That's
so
right.
He's got to be careful with that now, and he's probably going to have some damage to fix when he gets on pit road.
Yeah, you know, John, it's kind of like last night of the All-Star race at Texas when Mr. Ross Chastain just plowed on the
Did you see that? Oh, my Lord.
Car, and you saw the undercarriage of the car. You saw the plate of the car you're talking about for sure. So,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah, they mimic the same design of the real next-gen cars.
They absolutely do. And I'm going to be honest with you, Wesley. Can I tell you something? You're laughing at me, and I don't mind. It's funny. When the next-gen car first came out in iRacing, and I look, I'm like everybody else. I want to get one out there and tear it up, see how much it can take. I rolled one, right? And when I saw the bottom of the car, I'm like, those lazy sons of guns at iRacing didn't even bother modeling the bottom of this car. I literally thought that they just did that on purpose because they didn't feel like scanning the bottom of a real car. Then I saw the pictures and videos of the real car, you know, out of RCR shops, how they were building one and what the bottom really looked like. I'm like, oh my God, it's really like that in real life. I'm like, I was flabbergasted. I've never seen a race car besides Formula One cars and Indy cars with a flat bottom like that.
We want to apologize to all of our audience. We are dealing with severe weather in the area. Matter of fact, John, I just got a notification in my area for another severe thunderstorm, and it is supposed to be storming here off and on all night long. Texas is also getting pummeled where our production studio is for live sim racing Rocket Media. So we apologize if there's any technical issues. We will stay with you as long as we can. John, the other night, the power went out 3 times in the house, and I still connected when I came back.
Are you scared of the dark, Preston?
Hell no, I ain't scared of the dark. I was trying to finish the race. It was too good. It was too good to leave.
Well, hopefully we won't. I'm worried about Charles up there in the middle of Texas nowhere. I don't know how much cover he's got around his house. Never been to his house, so I don't know. But I heard the wind howling when I called my cousin over there, and it was loud. It was howling bad. So I hope Charles is okay up there. Hope we don't lose.
Yeah, we both got bad weather coming. Me and Charles both do.
Yeah. And
we jokingly say this is, by the way, we're halfway through this race. All last year, John, and I know we just recently started working with each other, like, you know, at the end of last year, like right before Christmas. All last year, when we had an event, a broadcast for a Monday night or Thursday night, whatever night it was, it seemed like for like a 4-month stretch, there was weather. Whether it was at my house or where I was staying at, where he was working at in Texas, or both locations at the same time. And it just seems like, it just seems like we can't get away from it, John. We can't.
I'm glad that, don't take it the wrong way, but I'm glad to hear that because I was beginning to think I was jinxed, to be honest with you. Look at this. Edson all over the back bumper to Brown. Wow.
Look at this battle going on here. Edson trying to get back in the game, John.
I think he's trying to let these guys know that he is not out of this because he's moved up to 5th from 12th in 2 laps. 2 laps, Wesley.
And mind you, every dog has his day. I think of the song "What Would You Say" by Dave Matthews Band, and honestly, no, not that one. Mama, what'd you say? And every dog has his day, and it's right now Falkingham that's kind of fallen all the way back, John, to like the top 30, I think it is. He's still in the lead lap, but he's all the way in 30th. And mind you, I don't know if it might be because of the handling of the car or because we're at a different racetrack and you can't drive a beat-up, banged-up car at Dover like you can at Charlotte. He's not climbing.
Well, you know, the thing at Charlotte, another thing to remember, at Charlotte, he was under full power still, though. We ran on board with him for a while, watched his RPMs. He was at full power.
You mean at Dover? At Dover,
I'm sorry, you're right. Yes, I'm sorry. At Dover, he was still at full power. I haven't been able to ride on board with him yet, but I would be willing to bet that after that hit he took head on into the wall, he's not at full power, and it's showing because he's got no speed on the long run. He's getting through the corners great. He's getting through the corners better than anybody on track right now, but down the front stretch, he's got no power at all.
85 of 160 laps. Look at Macho Taco. Free tacos for everybody if Gonzalez wins.
Yeah, he got the lead, took it away from Macklin about a lap ago. Ole, 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 ole. Sorry.
Of course, Gonzalez is paid for it, not me.
Did you confer with him?
I just called his shot. Here they come through that Camaro through the dog leg. Start finish. Gonzalez is the man. Macklin second. Coleman third. Edson up to fourth now as he bends around Ryan in that spot. And
Trey is mad on a mission right now. All right, so here's the contrast for you. I've been riding on, I'm in the server with the guys, and I've been riding around a couple laps with Jose, who's up front right now. By the way, I love his driver's helmet. It's shaped like Eddie Van Halen's guitar. I mean, it's painted like Eddie Van Halen's red guitar with the white and the black strap. Yeah, man. He's got an awesome helmet. But I'm riding on board with him, and he's hitting 9,200 RPMs going down to the turns. In contrast, Falkingham is barely touching 8,000.
Yeah, Falkingham's in trouble. I mean, he really is.
Yeah, unfortunately, his car's got damaged. And like Wesley talked about earlier in the show, there are no fast repairs in SIM500 racing, so he's just going to have to ride with it and run it until it blows.
And by the way, we're also just after halfway, and John, as nightfall is settling in, getting darker and darker, the lights are on now. I told you that would happen around halfway, so there you see the lights on around Charlotte. This race will finish under the dark. It'll be under the lights. It's right. We're right at nightfall right now, if you will.
Yes, sir. Or dusk, as they say in the fancy world.
From dusk till dawn.
From dusk till dawn. That's a great movie. But you know,
great movie.
You know who I'm looking at Edson, man, and he is just tearing through this field right now. I mean, this is incredible, the run he's got after 2 spins, mind you. Not really, not spin. Oh, dear Lord. Wesley, I'm going to need a minute to get that image out of my head.
It's spicy. It's spicy right now. That's all I can say, John.
Yeah. So as I was saying, right now Edson's running lap times a little bit faster than our leader. He's about a 10th faster right now than our leader. So I stand by what I said earlier. I think if anybody can pull off the win tonight and wrestle that king of SIM500 crown away from Falkingham, it's going to be Trey Edson.
Look at him single file down the back straightaway now. Montesi, Beasley, Calantoni. It looks like that might be the best battle on the racetrack that we're watching for position. As also we're approaching lap 100. Look at that view from Charlotte, high above. And guess what? This Sunday, it'll look just like that. You ever been up in that big top of the grandstands in Charlotte there on the Speedway Club?
It was up in the craft suite for the 1994 fall race.
Yes. There you go. I think they call that now the well, it's part of the Speedway Club, yes, but it's like it's called the oh my God, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s. What is it called? Dale Jr.'s bar.
The Whiskey River.
The Whiskey River Grandstands. That's it. Yes, the Whiskey River Grandstands, all the way up there to the top.
I want to tell a little story real quick.
Yes, go ahead.
So back in 1994, my wife and I won a contest. This is my first wife, by the way. Won a contest that got us sent to the Charlotte race. And this was going to be my first NASCAR race ever attended live, okay? And I had never been to one before, but I was told that because, you know, it's sponsored by Kraft, and, you know, we're going to be getting a tour of the garage area and the pit passes and all that good stuff. I didn't know how to dress, okay? So I showed up the track in a three-piece suit.
Oh, my God.
Yes, sir. I was in the garage area walking around goggle-eyed at all these cars and all this great stuff wearing a three-piece suit. By the way, Macklin has retaken the lead, and Edson has tracked down that top three. Anyway, so fast forward, we're getting a tour of the garage, and we go through the garage area by Earnhardt's pit stall, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So I'm taking pictures and everything. Then we walked around, and we were walking by where they have the driver's meeting, and the driver's meeting happened to let out at that time. And all these drivers are coming out the door, and I'm just like taking pictures. I've got this little Kodak throwaway camera, remember those little 35 millimeter throwaway cameras? And I take a picture of Earnhardt, Schrader, and Wallace as they walk out the door. And Earnhardt stops and comes over to me, and I'm freaking out because I've never met the man, but all I've ever heard is Dale Earnhardt, the Intimidator. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he walks up to me and goes, "Did you just take a picture of us?" I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Let me see that camera." And I'm thinking, oh, he's going to throw away my camera now. He autographs the camera. The little box at the camera.
Wow.
It's one of those disposable cameras. He autographs the camera. Then he asked me, "Why are you so dressed up? Are you one of the executives?" I said, "No, sir. I just didn't know what to wear." He just laughed at me, right? So he's like, "Well, who's your favorite driver?" Now, at this point in time, Jeff Gordon.
You're my favorite.
No, that was my daddy's favorite. And he was mine for a while, but when Jeff Gordon came in the sport, I was pulling for Jeff because he used to race bikes like I did when I was a kid, right? So I opened my shirt up. I opened up the vest. I opened up the buttoned-up shirt, and there's my Jeff Gordon T-shirt underneath it. And he's like, "Well, that's not too bad. I won't hold that against you." He goes, "You ever been to a race before?" I said, "No, sir." He goes, "You ever seen one of these cars up close?" I said, "No, sir." He goes, "Well, why don't you walk with us over to the garage?" He walks me over to the garage. He points me out to Chocolate Myers. He says, he calls Chocolate over and says, "Chocolate, take this guy out and let him push the car out to the grid with y'all." I got to push the 3-car to the starting grid at that October race, man. It was great. Wow. It was great. But that's my story.
October in '94, and of course, if you remember, in May of 1994, your favorite driver, Jeff Gordon, picked up his first career NASCAR Cup Series win in the Coca-Cola 600. You're exactly right. Hey, we're coming up on lap 100 here.
And look at Edson. I mean, he's right there. And look, Ryan right behind now, up to 5th place. And you got to be impressed with these guys that are up front right now, kind of taking it easy, just kind of letting the laps wind down. We've had all these fast restarts. As I said, look at Coleman. Coleman pushing Gonzalez for second.
Coleman, Punisher car, getting in front of Edson. Now to the inside comes Ryan. That's an awesome story. That's a memory, John, you'll always have.
Yeah.
The day you die, man. You'll always remember that.
You know, and I ran into Chocolate Myers years later.
Unless you get all time.
Yeah. As we got a fight for second and third right here, and fourth, and we got two wide right here for second on back. I ran into Chocolate Myers years later at the RCR Museum. This is back in 2010, I think, and he remembered me. He remembered me from that day. I wasn't wearing a tuxedo, Charles.
My producer just said to John, "Well, hell, you were in a tuxedo. What do you expect?" Well, let's say 3-piece suit was what I meant to say. 3-piece suit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right, though. That's one of those memories. And it was really, I mean, it was just, to me, it was an introduction into the dichotomy that was Dale Earnhardt Sr.
John, at least it wasn't friggin' May where it's like 100-something degrees, okay?
It was still warm down there.
October. It was in October in Charlotte, okay?
It was still rather warm down there, man. Or it might have just been me because I was so excited. But it was interesting to see that difference in Earnhardt's behavior.
We're, by the way, we're after 100 laps, 60 laps to go here in Charlotte. Was there ever any time, John, that you're seeing people look at you like, what the hell is this guy
everybody,
wearing?
Everybody. And, like, I walked away from the tour group at one point into the garage area, like into a garage stall. I can't remember. I think it was Jeff Green's car maybe, or it might have been David Green's. It was one of the Green brothers. And they didn't say nothing to me. Like, they were like, "Oh, he's probably just some executive, or one of the sponsor guys here."
Big wheel at NASCAR,
right? Nobody said a word to me, dude. And so finally, I got concerned because I couldn't find the rest of the tour guide group. My wife was, not there, and I'm like, "Say, have you guys seen that big group of people that went by?" I'm like, "They're over there, sir." And the security guy saw me asking around. He's like, "Well, who are you?" And I said, I don't know. I'm just John. looking for the tour group. Well, you're not supposed to be here, son. I'm like,
You got a hot pass now? You ain't got no hot pass. You can't enter.
no, I didn't have nothing but the little visitor tour guide ID thing on the lanyard they gave us. And, yeah. Great times, though, man. I miss the 90s. I do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am not complaining.
You love craft, so were you a fan of macaroni and cheese, John?
Plead the fifth, Your Honor.
Is that?
Plead the fifth. I mean, I'm not knocking today's NASCAR. Don't get me wrong. It's got its bright moments, but and you know, here's the thing, Wesley, and I know you know this.
You remember when?
Well, you remember when NASCAR went from they changed to the COT. Remember that fiasco?
And by the way, no change in the top 5. By the way, Macklin's still.
Yeah, it's still the same thing. This is the same growing pains we saw then. People need to understand that. We're going to see these kind of growing pains with this new car. There's going to be changes made for the next 2 or 3 years of this car to try and improve the racing product. You know, and I just think people need to realize that and realize and understand that we went through the same thing in, what was it, 2000 or 98, 99 when we swapped from the old style Monte Carlos to the new ones.
When they went from the Luminous to the Monte Carlos.
Exactly. We're gonna see this a lot. I mean, it always happens when they change to a new car, a completely new car in this case. You're gonna see things like that, but I think it's gonna get better. I really do. But back to the race.
I'll say this on the subject. We'll take you to the finish of this event here in Charlotte. If there's one thing that I think that they need to reassess, it's the tires. That's
Absolutely.
It. As far as
the wheel,
engine,
the wheel itself,
packages, everything that I've seen on the front of that, it's been great. The one lug nut and the tire situation itself, they've got to fix for sure.
Yeah, that thing has been a problem. I mean, for a lot of crews, and when you're talking about penalizing a crew chief for weeks when one of these things falls off, and it's not even his fault. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a failure. Oh, look at Gonzalez. Here we go.
Macho Taco Pits. This could be the money stop right here.
What was his last pit stop? I forgot. I didn't look.
He pitted, I think it was on lap 49, I think it was, or 51.
Yeah, Fuller's in, Gonzalez pit. Yeah, this is about right, and this is going to put them in the window of making it all the way, by the way.
And green flag pit stops, might I add, too. Remember that. We're seeing this for the second time. When the caution came out, only like 2 or 3 cars in the back pitted.
So this is going to be interesting. It's going to put these guys in the window to make it all the way.
Gonzalez is rolling the dice. Look at this. And so is Justin Mons, but he's kind of been in the back anyway. So here's the deal. Gonzalez is going to go a lap down, John, because the leaders have already got to him. Okay.
And passed him, yeah.
And he's going to go a lap down, but they're going to have to pit. So when they pit, it's going to cycle back around to him going back up the scoring pylon and lap after lap, position after position, climbing. And if he plays his cards right, be right back in P1.
And another thing, you're right, but another thing to keep in mind, the leaders have 40 freaking laps of tire wear on this car compared to Gonzalez. He's going to be flying past these guys. He's going to catch the leaders. He's going to catch the leaders really fast right here.
Yes.
Here comes the 31 now.
Arnold's coming in. John, that was it lightning so loud. My office studio shook. That's how loud it was.
You got surge protectors and stuff like that, right?
I have surge protectors, but you know, I just paid money for a laptop to be fixed and everything else, and just
you need to sign off, man. I can take this.
No, I will try to stay with you until I get knocked offline. I guess I don't need. You can ask Charles the other night. I came back 3 times when we got knocked offline. So maybe handle post-race interviews if it's still storming. So anyhow,
we'll see how it goes. Man.
Macklin is the leader. Parker in second, Coleman third. We're in green flag pit stops, and nightfall is settling in here.
I've got some news here. It looks like Fuller had some sort of an issue and has been in the pits for 7 laps now.
Penalty. Pit penalty.
He hasn't. Well, he's been in he's 7 laps down. He's been in for 4 minutes. So I'm guessing something must have happened that we didn't catch. But somebody who led this race for a while and was looking pretty doggone racy out there has suffered some sort of a catastrophic failure and has withdrawn from the race at this point. He's still on the ticker, but he's not on track.
So, Falkenham?
No, Falkingham's still in it, believe it or not. He's chugging away back there. He's
there's
2 laps
Falkenham
down.
right there.
Yeah, he's
there
2
was
laps down.
Falkenham. Falkenham just got passed again by the leaders. There you see. Oh, and mind you, Edson just passed Falkenham. Comstock passing Falkenham. And when the 7 passed the 39, there was not any contact or retaliation or bumping or anything like that. So,
that's good. I'm seeing a lot of damage on the back of Gonzalez. Not sure what happened to him, when it happened to him, but he's got a significant amount of damage on the back of his car.
Hey, by the way, don't forget, coming up tonight, Justin Prince and myself will be on the call for the Northwest Cup Series before they take their hiatus for the Memorial Day break as well. And that is tonight at Texas. And we promise you, none of these virtual drivers are going to unbutton or unloosen their driver net harness before the checkered flag falls.
You couldn't let that one go, could you?
I'm sorry, I had to. I visited. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I see Denny Hamlin's point of being frustrated. But 2 things, John. It was the All-Star race. There's no points involved. And most importantly, the NASCAR should have threw a caution. There was no excuse for a caution to be thrown last night to take that win away the way it did.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And it worked out in the end for Ryan Blaney to get the win, and everybody's happy except for Denny Hamlin.
Yep.
Here comes the pit
Stenzel's on
stoppers.
pit road. Gonzalez has gotten his lap back, so he's now on the lead lap, and I think you're going to see him cycle around, like you said, up front, possibly the lead once these leaders come in and make their green flag pit stops.
Dingo Wallaby says, and I quote, "That was you in the suit pushing the 3 to the grid. I was there, man. I saw you. LOL."
Yeah, that was,
I was
me, man.
sitting at the start-finish line. Dingo, who is
That's
Dingo?
Randall Watkins. That's Randall Watkins, man.
Oh, okay.
How you doing,
These
Mr. Watkins?
usernames on YouTube, I swear, yeah, I'm just me, okay? I'm gonna say hi to everybody, okay? That's me. What did you say? I'm not a hood.
So there you go. Randall will back me up. He said everybody was staring at me, wondering who the hell the guy was in a 3-piece suit at a NASCAR race. It was me.
That's awesome, dude. I bet you, John, if you contacted some people, there might be some pictures of that, seriously, somewhere in the world.
You know, it's funny you bring that up. The sad part of that whole story was, unfortunately, when my wife and I separated and got divorced, there was
she took the damn camera
and burned it.
Oh, wow.
All of my T-shirts, burned all of my mementos, all of it. I had autographs from every single NASCAR driver on the circuit at the time, because I lived in Richmond, so I was at the Richmond race almost every year. I mean, all of my stuff. There's so much stuff that got lost in that. It was, dude.
No one. I'm so glad you left that crazy psycho. Another Amber Heard of the world.
But on a good note,
John, I shouldn't have said that. Another Amber Heard of the world. I'm sorry.
That's all right. But listen, look at this race we've got shaping up right here. And now keep in mind, this is with, oh gosh, almost 60 laps.
Objection, hearsay.
Race, Wesley. Focus. Focus. Focus.
Coleman is in. Here comes the 38. What a
should
pit
be
stop
seeing
for Chad Coleman here.
Yeah, if he gets in and clean, that's going to be a fast one. We should be seeing at lap 120, Macklin, Parker, Coleman, all these guys are going to start coming in, because we're right at the 60-lap mark for them. So they can go about another 4 or 5 laps on these tires and fuel that they've got. As I say that, here they come.
Yes, sir, they do. And remember, watch the 26 of Jose Gonzalez. Remember what we told you. He pitted before. Oh, they're wrecking on pit road. Look out. That's Woods. He got into England. Dalton. Well, so much for, Kevin England. My goodness. Is that going to be a penalty for a penalty on pit road for?
Depends on if either one of them, either one of them broke the speed limit. That's the only thing. Look at Edson all over the back of the Brown right now. Oh my God, there's so much.
And this is, by the way, for second. No, correction. DeBrown is actually way in. He's in 12th.
He's got fresh tires. Yeah, he's got fresh tires. He's already
trying to get back on the lead lap.
He's actually on the lead lap.
Here comes Holyfield. John, did Holyfield lose his sponsors? He's a solid 1 car now.
No, Trading Paints has been acting up the last few days. It had me. Oh, okay. Well, my bad. Maybe he did lose. He was Castrol. He was sponsored by Castrol for a while there.
Yeah, Castrol is like Kraft. They no longer exist.
Yeah.
He's going to sponsor me.
See, this is when I should be putting my link out there for these guys to come visit my website.
Spicy. Spicy.
Macklin's still
I
leading
sent
this
you
bad
real
boy.
money. You just take chicken wings, Charles? Are you serious? He said
your laptop was a special case. I talked to him about that.
no, I paid. Oh, here we go in the turn 3. Macklin, Comstock, Edson, Calantoni, Workman is your top 5. Here they come through the dog leg. We're closing in on 35 laps to go. Rolf had a caution earlier. Rivera had a caution earlier.
This is where it gets dicey with these,
earlier. Medina.
these guys that have been out for so long on these tires right now. We only have 3 cautions in 125 laps. That's great.
Like that, does it? I mean,
no,
my
it
goodness.
doesn't.
It seems like we've had some caution flags.
Look at this. Look at Rivera splitting the needle right there. Oh, as Comstock's trying to get on pit road, too. Oh, he comes in hot. Look out.
Boy, this might be a penalty as he gets to the 15 at Crum Rye. Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar, help me.
How is he getting away with 48, 47 miles an hour?
Is this correct? Is it 55 on pit lane?
No,
I think
it's 45. It's 45.
Oh.
I'm looking dead at it. It's weird, but
yeah,
true. He might know where those points are too. That's the mark of a really great sim racer, is to know where the timing loops are on pit road.
So there's sections on pit road where they actually enforce it, and then
it's just like in real life.
This is him. Look at this. You can't do that though. Whoa, he about had the back end of the car come out from under him. Look at this. He's going to go to the blend line right there. Then he can pull onto the racetrack. That was perfect the way that just
quick.
showed the transition.
Yeah, it's still in 4th gear. When's he going to shift? Right there.
Now.
Boink.
Right now. Click.
So.
Oh, and these are like Indy cars. They don't have 6th gear. They have 5th gear. That's it.
For now. Anyway, no, there's timing loops just like in real life. So you can speed through a section as long as they have a time look at the start of the section and at the end of the section. So as long as you don't get to the end of the section before you're supposed to, so like you can go speed up and then slow back down. Does that make sense? Probably not. Yeah. Here comes Edson. Sliding them tires.
Edson's in. Look at it. Wow. Now, there he is. Okay, he's keeping it around 45, 46, 49, 48. Wow, so iRacing's not like NASCAR. They don't have like a full thing all the way down pit road keeping you to find out if you're speeding. It's the entrance and the exit. That's what I'm thinking here.
I don't know. I know that I get speeding penalties all the damn time. Doesn't matter what in the pit road I'm on, dang it. So Macklin's in. Our leader has given up the lead.
John, as we close in on 30 laps to go here in the next couple of laps, do you think that maybe somebody might have slipped and did not? Or made it 55 miles an hour pit road speed?
No, I'm looking. I'm in the server. It's 45.
They're just getting away with it.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? But I want to give a shout out to Brian Workman up there on the lead of this thing right now.
Yeah.
Has not pitted since lap 73. Brian, proud of you, buddy. Brian Workman has had a rough couple of years. A lot of health issues he's been dealing with. Was the crew chief, and it looks like Edson's going in for a penalty of some sort.
There you see, busted.
Might have been
coming in.
It might have been on exit.
Probably so, because if he would have got busted before entering
he'd have
road,
stayed in for 40 seconds. Yeah, that is so unfortunate. Trey had made a great comeback from the incidents that he got in earlier with Falkingham. Had worked his way back up inside the top 5, and now is serving a penalty. or is taking tires again. What?
Did he forget to take tires?
He did. I think he did.
He hit it and only got fuel and didn't change tires.
Oh, that sucks for him.
Oh, that takes him out of the game. Oh, wow. I don't think he did get a penalty. Wow.
Nope, he just forgot to put tires on it. Well, as I was saying, though, Brian was a crew chief for a while for, I think Mike Harmon, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember who it was. But he worked on the Mike Harmon crew for sure for a while. Mike Harmon.
Harmon, number 74. Mike Harmon.
Yeah, and Brian's a great guy, man. He's one of those guys that will just go out of his way and stay out of your way on track. You know what I mean? But it's good to see him up front. And by the way, I painted that car. That is a throwback tribute to one of his favorite drivers, Morgan Shepherd.
The Victory in Jesus car.
Racing with Jesus. Yes.
Yeah.
Racing with Jesus.
Yeah, Morgan Shepherd. He was always a really cool guy.
He really was. And
he was a nice man. He's retired now.
Yes, he is. But you remember how he used to roller skate up and down pit road?
Yes, he literally, I have a fond memory. I remember whenever they just started with the creation of video boards. By the way, we're closing on 25 laps to go. It was at Rockingham Speedway. They had just came out with the Winston Cup Vision or the Winston Vision video boards. And it's funny you mentioned that. Morgan Shepherd was running an Xfinity race at the time. He was rolling up and down pit road. He was roller skating, and he had a bucket of KFC chicken in his hand.
Yes! Oh, look at this. Comstock in the wall. Comstock in the wall. I don't know if he was trying to pass Tommy Ryan on the outside there, but he's going to give Tommy a little nudge right here.
Oh, he's letting him know he didn't like it. He didn't like it.
Yeah. Don't run me up in the wall. Oh!
Wow.
Through the grass.
Are you serious?
And he just spins.
That's just
karma.
karma.
He saves it.
This is karma. What goes around comes around.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Can we please get a replay, Charles? That was awesome. I want to see that again.
Wow. He looked like he was rollerblading just a minute ago.
He looked like he was doing something. Didn't look like it was fun, though. All that. Wetzel has taken the lead. Little contact there.
They are mad at one another. Look at this. Look at this.
And they contact each other again.
He says, "You suck." No, that's the
end of it. Yeah, that wasn't the beginning of it. That was the end of it.
We go to the beginning. We go back. Let's put this in rewind. Go. No. You missed the back straight away.
Here you go. This is where it really starts.
This is it. Yeah, there ain't nothing else going on around the racetrack, people. Okay, just settle in and watch the replay.
Like I said, he was trying to pass him on the outside. Oh, this is live?
Oh, this is live. Correction.
Oh. Okay. Okay, go live.
I'm understanding that they're right after each other again live, but we'll go back to it in just a second. Look at this. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back live. I'm understanding this is live.
He got 2 feet of air when he hit that road, man.
Oh.
So that puts Parker.
Of these people's lives, you know.
All right, so Parker is going to take the lead now. Wetzel just came on the pit road and took his pit stop finally. Caution on the track. What?
Oh, caution and lightning outside.
Look it's Wetzel.
Wetzel's car. SIM500 Ford. Bobby Wetzel. Yellow light came on and it was lightning in the office here. Oh, wow. Here comes the boom. Virtual and reality, John.
Good Lord.
Yeah, here comes the boom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
bump on pit road. Watch this.
Hang on a second. I'm caught up now. Let's see what happens here.
That bump right there.
Oh
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, he hit the Humpty bump.
We saw that in LTAC Friday night a lot. This car does not like that bump on exit.
There is Humpty bumps there entering the pit lane and especially going into the corner off the back stretch. They call them the Humpty bumps. And no matter how many... No, but I'm serious, though. Seriously, they call them Humpty bumps. No matter how many times that they've tried to repave this racetrack, John, and they have. They put the PJ1 and the resin down and everything else. They can still not get rid of those bumps, the Humpty bumps.
Yeah, we saw that in the LTAC League race Friday night, Wesley. A lot is guys hitting that bump on exit of pit road, and it just destroys the handling of the car. The car, like we said, is solid on the bottom. So there's no place for that bump to go but into the car on the bottom of the car. And we saw that right there. So, hey, pit stops. Why not? That's going to put us... We got 20 laps to go. We're going to have to be under 20 when we go back to green. This is really going to make this race kind of exciting again because, let's be honest, it was getting kind of sleepy a little bit there. You know, nobody's really fighting for the lead anymore.
Well, we had that caution in the green flag pit stops and everything cycled back around. And John, here's another thing. You see Gonzalez, you see Coleman, you see cars that pitted even when they were doing the green flag pit stops. They got a caution. They took advantage of this pit stop now. There are 4 tires. The tanks are full. This is the money stop to go to the finish of the race here.
It sure is. And we've actually had some people stay out, too, it looks like.
20 laps to go here at Charlotte. Look at Josh Parker. Is he rocking a Junior Motorsports logo on the...
He is.
I think he is. Sir. Yeah. Look at that. Maybe he's hooked up with JR Motorsports. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Normally he has my favorite soda on the car. So, you know, I'm not going to promote it, but...
It's not Coke, though, is it?
It's not the taste. It's the taste born in the Carolinas. I'll say that much.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
And it's not Dr. Pepper either. No, that stuff put me in the hospital for about a week and a half. My life changed. No more drinking that stuff.
Mine did.
I ain't afraid of her anymore.
Behave yourself, Charles. Folks, you can't hear Charles in the background. Thank God. But
I'm telling you, one night I would love to just have a LSRTV unplugged, okay? And
unfiltered. You mean unfiltered?
Unplugged, unfiltered, whatever, you know. If you do that, I will tell the cat story. I promise. I will tell it. I will happily tell the story. I will tell the story. I'm not telling you until you do it, okay? When we finally do an LSRTV unplugged, uncensored, unfiltered, yes. It's going to be on Twitch at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Live sim racing after dark.
Looks like we've got a ton of wave arounds too.
Do what, John?
I was just looking at what we got on track right now. We're full dark. You can see the pace car's headlights.
We're not officially dark yet, but it's getting there. I'm kind of surprised, but it's dark.
But we got Macklin up there leading this thing. It looks like we got about, I don't know, what, 10 or 11 cars that are trying to get wave arounds again. Because, again, this caution fell on the end of green flag pit stop, so it caught some guys a lap down.
Yes. Here comes the wave around. Look at all these guys passing the pace car.
Earlier, yeah. So that's going to put Macklin up in the lead, and right there, Josh Parker in the 81 car down there on the low side.
Wow, that's got to be confident for him. 18 to go. Oh, wow. 18 to go.
Macklin chose the high line for this restart.
Let me just finish this race before you decide to, you know, humble us again, okay?
Oh,
you have like an hour to just beat and bang and do whatever you want to do with the weather.
Getting a little gnarly over there?
It is. That's the second time now that my chair is literally shook on the ground. It ain't got nothing to do with that.
We're going to ride along. We're going to keep the camera right here where it's at, riding along with Josh Parker on this restart. We watched Brian Macklin on the outside. He's actually the leader of the race. Chose the outside line here, Wesley. See what kind of an advantage he gives him going down into 1 on this restart.
Here they come. Out of turn number 4. Pace cars in. 18 to go. Look who took off first.
Oh, he split the tires.
Split the tires in the Toyota restart zone. That's exactly what happened, John. You saw him just bobbing and weaving. And in doing so, Daytona winner Macklin gone.
That was a pulse-raising spin too. Look at, oh, he gets hit in the back by Coleman. He's spinning. Gonzalez is spinning.
Oh, tacos just went sour. Hold on there, buddy.
And they're still wrecking.
And they're not caution. No caution. We're still green. No caution.
Nobody is even checking up for this. This is insane.
Scott Simley on the binders. We stay green. Yeah.
Check up till you wreck up. Got it. And that's true. I've been in there. I know. Oh, look at Beasley getting out of shape. Oh, God. They are trying for a caution right now, Wesley. Trying so hard to get a caution. 17 to go. Macklin out front by almost a full second after all that bobbing and weaving, chucking and jiving. And he just said, all right, y'all do what y'all want to do. I'm going to go on here and just get myself out front. Did we lose Wesley?
I'm here. Okay.
It's just hiding under the table?
In and out. No, it's cutting in and out. Macklin is the new leader. Coleman, Brown.
His voice went like 3 octaves higher.
There goes Beasley's car, the Ford, the Tide Ride, if you will.
Oh, look out. He's out of shape.
Tony. A little hit there by Stencil, and he still saves it. Look at this. Oh, wow.
These guys are taking everything out of this car that they possibly can right now, and that's why you're seeing some of these guys get so far out of shape coming off the corners and everything. They're just pushing these cars as hard as they can right now. Coming to 15 to go, they have to. I mean, look at how far out in front Macklin's gotten right now. He's almost a full second away from Coleman in the 38 car.
Yeah, what's that song by the Eagles? Take it to the limit one more time? Yeah.
That's right.
That's what they're doing. 15 to go. 14 to go down at the stripe.
And this is exactly what that's what Macklin wants to see. He wants to see all this pushing and shoving going on behind him. He doesn't want to see a caution from it, though. That's not what he wants to see. He just wants to see this gap steadily growing, but it's not. He's actually lost a tenth on Coleman so far. Meantime, where is Edson? He's back there at 19th, 9 seconds behind all of this. Falkenham is...
Here they come. It's going to be 13 to go. John, sorry about that. You kind of like lagged for a second, brother.
No, you lagged. I'm fine.
I'm lagging. I'm sorry.
My weather's beautiful outside right now. My rain is gone.
You're lucky. You're lucky. Back straight away. Look at Macklin leading Coleman, and now Brown going. John, look at the Brown, man. I told you, keep an eye on the 93. Look at him up here in the fight again.
Well, yeah, and you know, Kevin's been smart about this race. He hasn't gotten too much damage on his car.
That's right.
He's got some nicks and bruises from dodging guys that were spinning off the walls and stuff, but Kevin usually plays a pretty smart race. But now is when you see him turn up the wick on the aggression, as we're seeing right here, getting all over the bumper right now. Chad Coleman in that 38 car. Now, of course, Chad's dinged up a little bit there, Wesley, from earlier incidences.
As Kevin DeBrown is now trying to close in on Coleman. I just like Charlotte. I've always liked Charlotte. I've always been a fan of Charlotte. I think it's awesome. It's on the iRacing simulator. I like the Roval, but I like Charlotte, the big speedway, more. And it's just, it's a racing place. It is a racing track. It's got precision banking, and we got a caution.
Oh,
they
that is
finally
not
got a
what we
caution
want to
with
see.
11 to go. The yellow flag flies. It's Gonzalez. Is that,
no,
it's
Wetzel.
Wetzel. No, it's Bobby Wenzel in the grass again.
Oh, and that's going to give us an under 10 to go restart. That is definitely not what Brian Macklin want to see. As we watch the replay here, folks, Bobby Wetzel, that orange number 9 Ford right there. Watch this.
Watch the 9, Bobby Wenzel, Wetzel's car, the Ford, SIM500 up on the inside of the. Oh, wow.
Oh, Sigmund got in the wall.
Oh, Sigmund hit the wall and nowhere for Wetzel to go. And
and who else was in there? Was that Joey again?
Is that Jatina? I think it is.
Well, somebody's not fine because they got destroyed.
Was it Falkenham? Oh, man, what a heartbreak. You ain't going to pit, Macklin. Quit psyching everybody out. You ain't pitting. Sorry, John, I had to call a shot.
No worries. So Sigmund comes off the wall. Oh, Sigmund came back up on track. Okay, that's what it was.
Remember, we're taking off this next Monday for Memorial Day. Hope everybody has a happy and safe Memorial Day holiday with your family and your loved ones. We come back. How about this one, John? Man, Worldwide Technology Raceway. That's going to be exciting when we come back, man. Gateway, that's right.
It's a flat Darlington, dude.
It certainly is.
That's how I look at that
track. It is fun. Yes. Yes, sir. I do. I'm going to.
Oh.
Hey, here's a live look in of practice in Texas. Okay, that's coming up later tonight.
Charles.
Weather permitting.
Oh. Maybe not awesome for him.
Weather permitting, by the way, though, John. Weather permitting.
Well, I wish you guys luck with that, but after I sign off from here, it's my anniversary, so I'm not going to be doing any more iRacing.
Celebrate good times. Come on. Yeah. Why do you say no? It's not. It's just nowhere sounds anything like
Justin Mons has been DQ'd. I repeat, Justin Mons has been DQ'd.
Justin Mons, are you serious? The 49?
Yep. And that was an admin call. Not sure what happened there. I'm just throwing out the information that I'm seeing in the server.
Wow. Hey, we are closing in on 8 laps to go now. And look at this now. Coleman, John, back up in the hunt again. Here comes Chad Coleman. What is he, like the all-time starter of the series, the most wins? I mean, he's like the grandpa of the SIM500.
Grandpa of the SIM500. Watch. Oh.
What's up? Oh, what?
Intentionally spun out the 13 of Comstock.
The 49 intentionally spun out the 13?
Under caution, spun out the 13 of Comstock.
Yeah, we didn't see it. We need proof.
That ain't on me, brother.
No, if the SIM500 officials call it, then that's what it is.
And he did it in front of the head honcho, I might add.
Which is Joey Jatina, right?
Yeah, it literally happened right in front of Joey.
Oh yeah, you're done. you're guilty, judge, jury, and executioner. There is no I'm sorry, I can't even get the word out, John. There is no
appeal. There's no appeal for you.
No, I wasn't even thinking appeal. I said there's no objection here. Say to that.
No, not at all. I just want to know what brought that on. I mean, they weren't around each other at all. Oh, never mind. I take that back. Oh, wow.
Oh. What are you seeing that we're not seeing that's doing oohing and ahhing?
So they got together under green on the backstretch prior to, right as Wetzel was having his issues. And it spun Mons down into the pit wall. So that's what started it. And then, of course, Wetzel's issue happened. Okay, so there you have it, folks. A little bit of rubbing was not racing deal. Wow. Ooh. And now we're going back to green. Stop it. Quit making fun of me. Why are you mocking me?
It'll be 6 laps to go. John, it's going to get spicy coming up here.
It's going to get spicy.
It's going to get Eris here tonight. It's about to get lit when we come to the restart zone with 6 laps to go at America's Home for Racing. No, I just said we're about to get lit. Oh, okay.
Former sponsor of Daniel Suarez.
Oh, Daniel Suarez. Eris. Yeah, I know what Eris is. Well, anyhow, we're going back to green.
With 7 to go, Macklin gets a great jump on this restart, does he not, Wesley?
That's right, man. Look at this. And by the way, Macklin has already won one race this year. He won Daytona.
Kevin DeBrown all over the backside of the 38 car, Chad Coleman. Meantime, up high, you've got Henderson, that 37 car, trying to make his beef with it. In the meantime, in the mirror, oh, we got a wreck on the backstretch. Caution will be out. That's a big one.
Cars wrecking. 4, 5,
big
6
one.
cars.
Workman's in it.
Involved.
Coleman's in it.
Yep, Coleman
Beasley.
involved. Where's your oh my.
Edson, no.
Workman involved, I think in the 74. The
Yep,
guy you were
Workman was
talking
in
about,
it.
Morgan Shepherd's racing with Jesus' car. Oh my. No. And we go into caution again.
Did you sound any creepier?
Holyfield, Ride, Montesi, watch this. Somebody had a lift. Oh my. Edson slipped.
Yeah, Edson was bouncing off people coming through 3 and 4. Wow, they got a lot of people now. Doug Roth.
Yes, they did. Roth, that's the big one there on the back straightaway. I am not good at.
So that started with Edson going 3 wide through the turn, which usually works, but a little contact with the 99 car of Tommy Ryan got him up in the wall. He came down, collected Workman, Coleman, Doug Roth was in that thing. Good Lord, who wasn't in that wreck? I'll tell you who, the people up front.
All right, so here's the deal.
That'll be a green, white checker.
Can we get this? Oh, well, yeah. Oh, my. They're wrecking that Texas. You see on the bottom right, there's a little live look in. My. There was Casey Duncan. There was also, there's Brett Johnson. Live look in, John, at Texas.
Tina got another lap. Oh, yeah, I see that. I'm just looking at who sits where right now for this green, white checkered. It's going to be, that's going to be crazy. You got Macklin's going to start in the lead, Coleman. You got the 37 Henderson. You got DeBrown, who is really hungry for another win. Thank you, by the way, Randall. I appreciate that, buddy.
Dingo. Oh, Dingo Wallaby is Randall. I forgot.
Yeah.
These usernames that people have, I swear.
So Kevin, by the way, won that crazy Dover race we were talking about earlier, where Falkingham came from 18th, I think finished 3rd or 4th with a destroyed race car, but still had full power in the engine. That was, what saved him.
Who did? Dingo Wallaby?
No, Kevin DeBrown. Kevin DeBrown won that race.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
And I'm just going over some things that we should watch for this green-white checker, because we know DeBrown's aggressive enough to really try to get up there and take the win away from Macklin, but he's going to have to get past Coleman, it looks like, because he'll be starting in 4th, so he'll be on the outside.
John, what about Henderson, man? Look at Henderson up there.
Henderson's looking for his first win. You're right. Absolutely. Henderson's looking for his first win.
Playing smart tonight. Normally he's caught up in those accidents and stuff.
That's going to be Elliott Henderson in the 37 car. He's got, let's see, he's got 10 starts. He only missed 1 race so far this year. He's got 1 top 5, 3 top 10s. So, yeah, this is going to be well, I mean, just finishing this race where he's at right now could be considered a win for this guy,
John, are we going to get the 1 to go indication this time by?
Yes, sir. It'll be a green, white checker.
That would be 2 laps to go. They take the green. That's a white flag. It's a 1-lap shootout coming up because they're still in the scheduled distance of the race.
At the moment. They're on lap 158 right now, 160.
So they're gonna come around to the line. This time by, they're gonna get 1 to go. We're thinking they're gonna get 1 to go. There's no reason that they should not get the 1 to go. So that's 2 to go.
Which is 2 to go on track.
When the pace car comes in, it is a green and white flag at the same time. 1-lap shootout. CRN 1 to go.
And if there's a wreck, well, no, it would have to happen right there.
If there's a wreck, then we go back to overtime. Oh, no. Just see what they did.
Yeah, they did.
Never
they
mind.
put a extended for a green, white checker.
They did. Yep. You chickens. It could have been a 1-lap shootout.
It's iRacing, Wesley. Take a breath. iRacing does that. That wasn't an admin thing.
He suck again. One lap shootout would have been awesome.
It's still going to be a green-white checkered.
And this would be the first attempt of 2, correct? 2 attempts. Or does this series get 3?
Yes. It's one of 2.
1 of 2. 2 attempts. Here we go. By the way, for Mr. Ed Burrell, you're in our thoughts and prayers to definitely get better. Kick cancer's ass. Cancer sucks. And hashtag never quit. Definitely. Is in the Bible. Ed, we thank you for watching. I think he's Frog Alley Racing.
Yes, he is.
Thank you. All right, John, here we go. Green, white, checker, overtime, number 1.
Keep your eyes on the high line.
We go again. Boy, I thought the pace car was going to crash into pit road. We're back underway. Green flag.
Coleman jumps down immediately in between Henderson and Macklin in the 30 car, leaving DeBrown outside in that 98 car. Sorry, 93 car. I'm the 98 car. What am I talking?
Look at Henderson and DeBrown running each other up the racetrack out of 2. Back straightaway, they go to 3.
And that's exactly what Macklin wants to see in his mirror. If he gets through 3 and 4 right here, takes the white flag, the next flag ends it, be it the yellow or the checker.
Here they come out of turn number 4. Side by side, Henderson to Brown. Coleman in front of them. White flag in the air. The CRN 1 to go. Final time around at Charlotte in turn 1 for the Daytona winner.
Macklin through 1 and 2 for the last time tonight. In the meantime, back in his mirror, he sees all the shenanigans going on. That's exactly what he wants to see as he goes down the backstretch, flying down into 3 and 4 for the last time. Wesley, take us to the checker, buddy.
Final time into turn number 3. Brian Macklin, Daytona Cup winner to start the season. He's been on a slump for a while, but now, 12 weeks later, comes to the line and wins.
And they're wrecking in the back.
In the 3rd annual Never Quit 240 benefit race for Ed Burrell. Here in Charlotte, and the wrecking in the back, as John reiterated on. Chad Coleman will fall to 2nd. Kevin DeBrown 3rd. DeBrown is all over the back of Macklin's car. As I think that's just a little celebratory. Congratulations,
yes,
fella.
It was. Yes, it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to skip post-race interviews in the efforts of trying to reset. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We're gonna go to post interviews in a minute with John. I'm gonna step away because it's storming bad here again. Then I need to reset probably too. Macklin is the winner. Chad Coleman 2nd. Kevin DeBrown 3rd. Elliott Henderson, Josh Parker the top 5. John. Glazier, Stencil, Comstock, Rivera, Gonzalez. A good run for him to come back and finish in the top 10.
Absolutely. Great run for him to come back. Finish in the top 10. 11th, Ron Holyfield. Tommy Ryan, 12th. 13th, Bobby Wetzel. 14th, Kevin England. Trey Edson finished 15th after running strong all night long. Joey Jatina, 16th. John Adams, 17th. Mike Montezi, 18th. Charles Woods, 19th. Richard Beasley, 20th.
18 cars on the lead lap. And we look at the rest of the, the rest of the rundown here. Multiple cars, a lap down here from Callan Tony. Falkenham, even though he had bad luck, he still was only 2 laps down. All the way down to Ryan Coleman. To Tyler Dalton at one time up in the front. He'll finish in 30th. And the rest of the rundown of the 38 entries include those drivers, John.
I'm sorry. Thought you were going to do it. Doug Roth, 31st, 32nd. Eric Arnold, Justin Fuller, 33rd. John Fowler, 34th. Doy Woods, 35th. Stony Benfield, 36th. Jay Randall, man, we saw you. Sorry you got some trouble there. Sorry about that, buddy. And then 38th be Justin Mons, disqualified.
Disqualified.
He gets all the way to the back no matter how many laps he finished tonight.
It's as if that guy was not even here.
Exactly.
In the 49. Well,
And
John,
I'm really shocked by that.
yes, yes. Well, listen, the man that gets the win is, of course, the driver of Brian Macklin. He's not won since Daytona. John is going to handle post-race. It is storming. It is lightning. I'm going to cut everything off, reset, come back for Northwest Cup Series later tonight with Justin Prince and myself on the call. John, it's always fun working with you, buddy. Have a happy and safe Memorial Day. Everybody that's been watching as well, and we'll be back in 2 weeks at Gateway.
You keep yourself safe, brother. Take care of yourself there, Wesley, and have a great Memorial Day, man. And welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway, LSRTV's coverage of the NC 811 Next Gen Cup Series here for the SIM500 Esports Racing League. My name's John Mushin. We've got some people to talk to that had a good race tonight. We're going to start this conversation off. Our third place driver, Kevin DeBrown. How you doing, Kevin?
Doing pretty good after that race. How you doing, John?
Well, man, I tell you what, I have watched these races with you guys for a while. I've driven some laps with you, and tonight was not any kind of a different outcome than I thought it would be. You guys were just putting on a hell of a show out there, man. You looked pretty strong, and if you go back and watch the replay, I was talking you up, buddy. I really thought you had something for the eventual winner, Brian Macklin. Talk to me about your run.
Yeah, it's a pretty good run. We got caught in the early race caution that put us a lap down, but eventually got the wave around and eventually pitted real early to catch that late caution there, and helped it out. It's pretty good because I think we would probably end up top 10 at least. But yeah, all around pretty good race.
Well, what did it feel like on that last restart right there when Macklin split and Chad just ditched you and went down there in the middle of Henderson and Macklin? How did it feel?
I mean, it is what it is. We were hoping it was kind of going to stay green there because I was going to push Chad up to Macklin and make it a three-way battle, but unfortunately the caution came out and, you know, things happen.
It is what it is. Who do you want to thank for your run tonight, bud?
Oh yeah, Chris Caboo for painting the paint scheme. Racing Pride coming on this season, painting the beautiful, beautiful paint scheme. You guys putting on the show. Can't wait to go back and watch it. SIM500, and yeah.
All right, there you have it, folks. Tonight's third place driver, Kevin DeBrown, looking sure with. He's going to get another win this season. You wait and watch. Kevin, thank you very much for your time, bud.
Thank you, sir.
All right, next up we've got Bad Chad Coleman. How you doing, buddy?
We're okay.
Yeah, so, was that race boring for you, Chad? It sounds like you were bored.
No, actually, it was good. It stuck right there at the end. I ran in the back of Josh when the deal happened off of turn 2 on that restart, and it knocked the front end off of it, and I got really tight, and there wasn't nothing I could do. I was just trying to hold on to what I had.
That was actually going to be my next question for you. What did that damage do to your car? I don't race the next gen anymore, but I do a lot of practice for these things, and I do get on the sim with like the open runs and stuff like that. And I have noticed that even the least significant damage on the right front of this car just makes it drive so tight. So that's what you run into there, huh?
Yeah, I killed the nose right dead in the center, and it just made it plow. It didn't have much rotation. So I was having to do different things, try to get it to turn, and it just killed the momentum with this car. So
yeah, but still, you did damn good for a car that was plowing like a dump truck there, running second place, man. You got anybody you want to thank for your run tonight?
Yeah, I think Michael Sharp Racing, Tap Out Tuning, Cadillac V Performance Center, and Kevin DeBrown for being pretty.
Sorry, that one caught me off guard. Chad, thank you so much for your time, man. Real quick, one last question for you. Are you ready for when you come back from Memorial Day holiday for the Gateway race?
Yeah, that one should be interesting. I haven't ran Gateway in I couldn't tell you when.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
With this car and its apparent allergy to bumps going to Gateway, oh my goodness, man. I do not envy you guys. Well, look, congrats again on the second place run, folks. This is Chad Coleman. Chad, thank you so much for your time, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And that's going to bring us last, but certainly not least, to Brian Macklin, somebody we have talked to before in Victory Lane, but way back in Daytona. Brian, this is John. You got yours on?
Yeah, man. How you guys doing tonight?
Not as good as you, brother, bringing home the W. How'd it feel tonight, man?
Listen, I was telling the guys on Discord a few minutes ago, if you would have told me at the start of the season I would have won the longest race of the year, I would have laughed in everybody's face, because me running these longer races and surviving longer races is one of the things I just don't do. So to even be alive at the end is crazy. To win is just absolutely insane.
Well, man, I'm not going to lie. We talked about it a couple times under commercial break that you were looking really strong coming up to the field. But I thought, I mean, it might have been a glitch on my end. You know how iRacing can be sometimes. I saw damage on your car, which I couldn't find in a replay anywhere and how you got it. Was there damage on your car, or was that just one of those iRacing graphics glitches again?
There was one point where I was racing Jose and we made contact going into the corner. There might have been a little bit of damage from that, but when I came to pit road, it never said anything. So I don't believe it was affecting the car.
Yeah, that happens every once in a while, man, but you really did look strong out there. I'm not surprised at all to see you up front. What did you think, though, when that last caution came out and you had a almost 2 second lead evaporate? What went through your mind?
I wasn't so much worried about that. I was really upset when the caution came out in the middle of the green flag pit stops, and I had went from leading the race to being ninth, and then I had to make the two-tire call to get the track position back. I was very nervous about that call because I hadn't tried two tires to see what it was going to do. I had no idea what the car was going to drive like, and I was just pretty much along for the ride. And then on that restart, after we took the two tires, everybody got into some kind of an accident behind us. I haven't went back and looked at it yet, but it gave me a lot of breathing room where I could really kind of just diagnose what the car was going to do before I started really pushing it. And once I figured out what the car was going to do, I was pretty happy and pretty comfortable. I didn't want to see a caution come out from that point because I felt like I could maintain it, but we still held on.
We had no idea it took two tires. So talk to me. How did the car do? You took two rights, I'm assuming, correct?
Yeah, so on the pit stop after the long green flag run with 15 or 20 to go, whatever it was, I took two tires because I had stayed out long on the green flag run and went from leading the race all the way back to, I think, ninth. And I knew I wasn't going to drive back through the field in 15 laps and get back to the lead. I knew that two tires was my only chance, and having the win in the bank already at Daytona, I knew I could take that chance, and if it didn't work out, if I wrecked or whatever, it wasn't really going to ruin my season, so I just decided to go for it. But the car drove really good. It was a little sketchy on the first lap. It was really loose, and then once the air pressures built up in the right side tires, it really just took off, and it drove better then than it did the entire night.
Well, man, congratulations again on the win. That's a risky call, taking two tires, not knowing how the car is going to react, but it seems to have worked out for you. Fantastic job tonight, Brian. Who do you want to thank for your run, bud?
Yeah, man, first of all, I got to thank you guys for coming on board and doing these broadcasts. It's cool to go back and watch them. I've watched several of these. I watched the Daytona one. It was awesome. I'm going to go back and watch bits and pieces of this one as well. So I got to thank you guys. Got to thank NC811 for being the primary sponsor of the Cup Series this year. You know, all the sponsors that we have at SIM500, it's awesome what they do. They offer up prizes, and just being a part of the league is amazing. I got to thank Transervice for being on the car again for the second year in a row. Excited that I could put something together for them. It's been a rough 2 months up until last week at Kansas. So to get them a good run last week and then get the win for Transervice tonight, that's always awesome. And I also got to give a shout out to the American Lung Association. They're on the car as a primary sponsor. It's a near and dear thing to me and my family. So I just want to thank them for being a part of my life for the last few years, and happy that I can give them a good run as well.
Well, man, again, congratulations on the win. Brian Macklin, folks, tonight's winner here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Ed Burrell Benefit Race. It was a grueling one. It was exciting. We saw some cautions here and there, just a couple. It didn't go as badly as it could have gone with some of those cautions. And we had a great time calling this race tonight. Brian, thank you again for your time, man.
Absolutely. It was a blast. Take care, guys.
All right, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll be back again in 2 weeks. Remember, we're off next Monday in observation of Memorial Day. So you folks have a safe weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Go out there. Live life, man. Be good to each other. We'll be back for Gateway in 2 weeks, where this car has not yet been tested in this league with these guys. So I am